Now, Mount St. Joseph Lions football is on the air on WDTZ-LP Delhi Township. Mount St. Joe Lions football on Z98 FM in Delhi Pike in the new Delhi Town Center. By Cincinnati Open Box Outlet, Glenway Avenue next to the Home Depot. By Delhi Skyline Chili, it's Skyline time. By NYPD Pizza, Foley Road, 513-347-6973, 347-NYPD. By Bearcat Storage, with 2 locations for all your storage needs. And by Delhi Liquor Store, Delhi Pike and Mount Alverno Road. Now from UltimateSportsTalk.com with your Lions football play-by-play. Here's Dave Mitchell on Z98.
And a very pleasant good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Manchester Spartans Stadium in North Lawrence, Indiana. I'm Dave Mitchell alongside Chuck Murray, and this afternoon we've got the opening game of the 2022 conference schedule for the Lions as they are on the road getting set to take on the Manchester Spartans. These are the only 2 teams in the Heartland Conference during the 3-game non-conference schedule that won a game out of the entire conference, Chuck. Chuck Murray joining us alongside. That is ironic that these 2 teams, Manchester comes in at 1-2, the Mount unbeaten at 3-0, but this Manchester team, in my opinion, and I've said this all during the non-conference schedule, Chuck, you know it, this is a team that could either compete or just plummet.
Opener, Dave, and they have to be very, very excited. As you stated, the league did not fare very well in non-conference. Some of that was due to, the strong schedule that everybody played. Some of it was due to injuries with some teams. Manchester was able to win a ball game, I believe, against North Park. So, I think they're very optimistic coming into this year now. They're opening up against us, and, we feel like we're going to be, right at the top of the conference. So it should be a great game, a good day for football. I don't think there's a cloud in the sky, a little bit of wind, but it's a beautiful day for football.
We are located on top of the press box, which is fine. Alfred, we were a little worried about being on top of the press box. This one here, this is a spanking brand new stadium that has been in existence for just 1 year. We didn't get the chance to see it a year ago because we played this game at home. But, Chuck, this thing is extremely nice. Yeah,
it's a beautiful setup here. To the left, they have their baseball field, and then behind the goalpost, there's a concession stand in their old football stadium. To the right, they have, it looks like some type of slope for sled riding or something, or softball and soccer. Yeah, it's a beautiful complex, and the field is gorgeous. They do have a visitor side on the other side, so our fans will be over there. But, this is a beautiful stadium.
How did we get here? Well, the Mount won on the opening weekend of the season. They beat Baldwin Wallace at home at Schuler Field, 31-28. Then we hit the road in New York against Alfred, won that game 43-37. 2 weeks ago, the non-conference finale at home against Hope, won that one 33-28. But today, Chuck, it's a new season with new goals, and that goal is to win the Heartland Conference title.
Yeah, 3-0 is fantastic. We're all excited about that. I think I mentioned on the last broadcast, I think we got something special going here. But if you go out and lose today, that really puts a large blemish on your start. And, because, again, now you're playing in your conference season where, the other games certainly count, but now it's like you're playing to win your league in the NCAA. And, 10-0 would definitely get us in there. So let's keep it going. But you make a great point. It's great, but, this is conference time now.
Chuck, the beginning of the season is relatively easy. This game, depending upon how you look at Manchester, then next week against Defiance. And, of course, the Lions have circled that date on their calendar ever since last year's loss.
Yeah, you look and you say, well, the schedule right now, it doesn't look as strong, and then at the end you got Rose and some other schools. But I'm telling you, and we talked about it, a ton, going to Defiance last year and losing, and we did have injuries. There were some issues, but, hey, you look back in the record book in 2021, it's going to show loss at Defiance. You can't, no excuses. So it's a matter of, staying focused every game. It's easy to look ahead, but boy, when you're 0-0 in the conference and you're just first starting out, you better be focused on Manchester.
Chuck, as you look at this 3-0 record, that's great. Everything is going well, and now the conference is forced to really recognize you for what you have done, considering what the rest of the conference has not done. And the Lions were recognized. 2 weeks ago, they swept the Player of the Week awards. The Offensive Player of the Week for the second time was Josh Taylor against Hope. He was 21 of 30 passing, 352 yards. He had 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Declan Brophy has just been outstanding all year long. He won the defensive award. Brophy had 6 tackles, 5 unassisted, and 2 sacks in that game. And, of course, we saved the best for last. Ryan Murray was the Special Teams Player of the Week. He's now averaging 41 yards a punt. He had a 71-yard boomer in that game 2 weeks ago against Hope. And, Chuck, I said to you before we went on the air, you taught him everything he knows about punting, right?
Yeah, I think I know a little bit about that guy. No, actually I didn't. Maybe a little bit of baseball. But, yeah, that was a big play in the game. It flipped the field at a time when Hope was gaining some momentum. But all 3 guys advanced. And, really, as you said, it's been a great team effort. Obviously, you talk to Coach Hopperton and the coaches. I'm sure they feel like there's a lot of things they can improve upon. But to get out of there with 3 wins against, especially Hope and Baldwin, I mean, they're really good teams. They have to feel really good about the direction they're going, but I'm sure, as a former coach, you're never satisfied.
Well, a 71-yarder is pretty good, but what'd they say the team record was, 90?
I think it was like 88, so
88
not
yards?
even close. So, that won't go in the record book, but still at the time it was very important.
Still 17 yards short of that. Well, with that week off, the Lions went back to the basics and just tried to hone their skills getting ready for the conference schedule. Senior right tackle Sam Martin, what a guy he is. I had a chance to interview him yesterday, and he told us the break for him came at just a great time.
Well, as we head into this game, Sam, I want to go back on your previous 4 years here at the Mountain. You have played left side, right side. Now you're at right tackle this year. You seem to have settled in there. Do you like that spot?
I came in as a right guard my freshman year, and I feel like I'm naturally more comfortable on the right side. Got a great right guard over there with Devin Sawyers, so that helps out a lot with the transition. But, yeah, I think I'm doing pretty good over there.
How's this line compared to the other lines that you've worked with?
This line is full of a lot of experience. We've got one younger guy on the line this year, but I feel like we have 4 leaders who have played some meaningful snaps with us, and I feel like they help everyone along, and I think we're more of a unit than we've been probably in my 4 years here. So.
Explain to everybody what your responsibilities are at right tackle. Yeah, you've got to set the edge, but still in all, what do you do at right tackle when you come up to the line of scrimmage?
We're making our pre-snap calls, and we're communicating with each other and also communicating with our backs and our tight ends and that, and just really making sure Josh knows where his pressure is going to come from, and Josh knows where he's going to have room to move around. So just in all, just trying to make sure everything's lined up for the rest of our guys, for sure.
Are you listening to Danny Mabe at center call out the blocking assignments, or then you listen to Josh? How does that go?
Yeah, Danny gives us some calls, gives us like our Mike linebacker call, and also gives us our protections and everything like that. And usually if we have any checks pre-snap, he or Josh will give us those. So Danny's definitely a big anchor in our O-line, giving us our directions and kind of keeping us all together, for sure.
Sam, when you look at the Mike linebacker, everybody talks about the Mike linebacker. What does that have to do with what you guys do offensively?
So Coach Bailey would be mad if I was calling it the Mike. He actually calls it the one linebacker. Let me correct myself. But he, he's usually the focal point of our play and who we're really trying to get our combos to, and where we're trying to open up that hole and give Cornell or whoever's running the ball a cut back. So that really kind of decides where our combos and stuff are going.
What'd you do during the week off?
I spent a lot of time watching football and relaxing and taking care of my body. It's my 5th year, and I can definitely tell my body's feeling it. But
I am asking this question not knowing who you root for. Did you like the Bengals game last night?
Oh, I was very happy with the outcome of the Bengals game last night. Who dey?
All right, what are you going to graduate in, Sam?
So I've got my bachelor's in exercise science right now, and I'm currently getting my master's in business.
Good luck today. Good luck the rest of the year, Sam.
Thank you very much, Dave.
Sam Martin, the right tackle for the Lions. He's been outstanding this year so far through the first 3 games, Chuck.
Yeah, he really has. Our rushing attack, our passing, we had, I think, 493 yards against Hope, who's a really good defensive team. So, because I think the week before they had a bunch of turnovers. So, yeah, that offensive line's really coming on, and, offensively we've been really good.
474 yards is what they're averaging in total offense, 166 on the ground, 307 through the air. That's what the Lions are doing through the first 3 games, and they are averaging 36 points per game. When we come back, we're going to take a look at the Manchester Spartans, and we'll do that right after these timeouts.
Take your game to new heights at Mount St. Joseph University, where Division III champions are made. We coach our Lions to become leaders who will win on the field and in their career. With 23 athletic teams and cutting-edge facilities, we are the NCAA Division III university in Greater Cincinnati. Are you ready to compete with the heart of a Lion and become our next champion? Learn more at msjlions.com.
Dayton Children's cares about the health of your children. Hi, I'm Kirk Herbstreit. Growing up in Centerville, my parents taught me the importance of being healthy, and now I'm teaching my kids. Childhood obesity is on the rise, but there are small steps that we can take to fight it. Turn off video games and go outside, ride bikes, go to the park, or learn a new dance. Parents, once we get moving, our kids will follow. Get moving!
Dayton Children's, experts you trust, caring for the children you love.
This just popped into my head, Chuck. We talk about you and Patrick and Ryan and the togetherness, but on Thursday night when the Bengals were playing Miami, Kirk Herbstreit doing the game, he couldn't stop gushing over the fact a week ago that his son actually got in the game at tight end for the Buckeyes.
It's a special feeling when you have kids playing, and I enjoy watching them play. I'm sure Kirk does too, and he's around the country doing all these games, so he probably doesn't get the opportunity as much. I know he's got a son at St. X, and then obviously the boy at Ohio State, and I think his other son might have stayed at Clemson, the other twin, if I'm not mistaken. But there's nothing better.
Well, this is going to be when you look at this, it's going to be the 15th meeting between these two ball clubs. Overall, the Mount is 13-2 against Manchester. Last year at Schuler Field on October 16th, the Lions blanked Manchester 28-0, and Mount St. Joseph has won 6 straight. They are 7-1 though on the road here in Manchester. This will be the first home game of the season for Manchester. They are 1-2 overall, and they are 1-2 on the road coming into this one. Last year, they were 2-3 here at home, and they were 1-4 on the road. Now, Manchester opened up with that win that you talked about earlier, Chuck, over North Park in Chicago, 23-14, then fell at Alma, 49-7. 2 weeks ago, they lost to Greenville in Southern Illinois, 49-2. They could get nothing going offensively in that game, but they are still one of those teams under Nate Jensen, Chuck, that still they're improving slightly every year and moving up that ladder.
Yeah, and as we talked about earlier, it's conference season, and they're excited to be at home. And I'm telling you, every week to me is like a different almost entity or season. Every week is special. So, if you start out slow and you give them what we used to call confidence, or they give them a little courage, all of a sudden they think, hey, we're in the middle second quarter, we're right in this game, we can win this game. So the key for us, I believe, is to come out, go right for the throat and get a lead, and then take all the doubt out right away, like, man, we can't beat these guys.
Absolutely, and as you can hear the wind kicking up here, moving from left to right across your computer screen if you are listening to this one at home. The Spartans, their numbers don't really impress you when you look at them. They are rushing for 176 yards per game. That's 4 yards per carry. Yet they've only scored 1 touchdown rushing this year. They are 6 out of 11 inside the red zone, and 5 of those 6 are for touchdowns, not by touchdowns, but by passing by their quarterback, David Smith. Now, David Smith, I should say their running back, David Smith, their quarterback, Eric James, has only completed 46% of his passes, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. The Lions, I think you're going to see that defensive line just tee off on him today.
Well, that's when you read them statistic, that automatically says, well, they're having trouble in the passing game, so they're going to try to take away the running game as much as possible. And let's face it, at times we've struggled stopping the run. So, theoretically on paper, this is the worst rushing team we're going to face. But again, every game's a different entity. Every game is new. So I would assume, he's a 46% passer. They're going to come at, stop the running game, make him beat him with throws down the field.
David Smith, he carries the load from the running back position, 308 yards and just under 100 yards per game at 98 a contest. Jaden Love, he is his backup. He has 117 yards rushing in 3 games. LeVar Lassou, he's caught 10 passes, 2 for touchdowns and 106 yards. Smith has caught 4 passes. Peyton Fry from his tight end position has also caught 4. Defensively, they've got one of the best players in the conference in Devontae Moore. He's got their only sack Jamal Hubbard has 23 tackles. Haley Smith, 2 interceptions from his free safety position. And they are giving up 37 points per game, Chuck, and 417 yards in total offense. They've got to shore that up in order to stop the Mount today.
Yeah, on paper it's a pretty favorable matchup for our offense against their defense, but again, you don't win games on paper.
No, absolutely not. Nate Jensen, 7th year as head coach of Manchester. His overall record, 20 wins, 40 defeats, 17-26 in the Heartland Conference. He did go to Alma College in Michigan, and he also, at Alma, he served as their assistant head coach and defensive coordinator. For the Mount, of course, their head coach is Tyler Hopperton in his 6th year, 35 wins, 14 career defeats, and 27-9 in the Heartland Conference. When we come back, we'll check out the Heartland Conference scores from 2 weeks ago, because everybody in the conference had a bye last week except for Defiance, and then we'll check out today's action when we return. You're a Lions fan. Own it. And we are the radio home of Mount St. Joseph Lions Sports, UltimateSportsTalk.com. Football, basketball, wrestling, volleyball, softball, baseball. We are Cincinnati's sports website and also the home of the Ohio Baseball Weekly Show every Monday night during the baseball season. We are the home of the Mount St. Joseph Lions, UltimateSportsTalk.com.
I wanted to grow my leadership skills, but with work and a busy life, how could I fit it all in? Then I learned Mount St. Joseph University offers a flexible master's program in organizational leadership. For about one Saturday a month, I studied and refined my leadership skills alongside working professionals and top-notch professors. I'm now the leader I set out to be. The Mount's organizational leadership program helped me climb higher in my career. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/MSOL.
Dave Mitchell and Chuck Murray back here at Spartan Stadium in Manchester, where the Lions are getting set to take on the Manchester Spartans here this afternoon. Chuck, everybody in the conference had a week off last week except for Defiance.
Yeah, I think that comes at a good time, basically. For you play your 3 non-conference games, and for us, really 2 were pretty emotional. The Alfred game maybe wasn't emotional, but it ended up being very close at the end. So I think it comes for a good time for us. You play your 3 non-conference games, you step back, take a deep breath, and go, okay, we're 3-0, boy, we got something really special going here. But instead of jumping right back in, you got a chance, as Sam mentioned in his interview with you, a chance to kind of heal up a little bit and then kind of refocus back on the conference season. So I think it comes a perfect time for us.
Well, as we said, everybody had the week off last week, but 2 weeks ago, last week, the only game in the conference was Alfred State. That's not the same team that the Lions
across the street.
It's across the street, but not the same team. And Defiance lost that one 42-33. Elsewhere in the Heartland today, Franklin 0-3 will be at Bluffton 0-3. That game's going to kick off at the same time as this one. Rose is 0-3. They are at Anderson 0-3, and Hanover 0-3 will be at Defiance 0-3. See any similarities out of those records?
Yeah, the only thing I'll say to that, Rose being 0-3, they lost at Trine by 1 point apparently, and they've had some injuries, so they've been pretty competitive in their games. So, but again, as we say, Bill Parcells used to say, your record is what your record is. So they're all 0-3, and somebody's going to get on the board today. 3 of those teams are going to get wins.
Absolutely. Now Mount St. Joseph is on top of the standings so far, but this is just overall records. Mount is at 3-0, Manchester 1-2. Then you've got the rest of the conference: Anderson, Bluffton, Defiance, Franklin, Hanover, and Rose, all at 0-3. There are some other games going on around Division I college football today. One of the big ones, Chuck, Alabama, number 2 in the country, playing at 20th ranked Arkansas. I told you before the game, I've been doing a lot of work on that game because one of my clients with Indeed is the University of Arkansas, trying to get enough workers in there. I found out just before the game, we got them all. So I'm happy about that. Now we can kick back and watch that game coming up, but that should be a really good one.
I think it's going to be a really close game. I'm not going to call for the outright upset, but I think Arkansas hangs with them.
I really do, too. I think it's going to be a good one. Beautiful day for college football here this afternoon. I'm Dave Mitchell with Chuck Murray. We're going to pause right now, and when we come back, we'll preview this ball game between Manchester and Mount St. Joseph after this timeout.
Teaching is my calling. So when I needed to renew my license, I chose Mount St. Joseph University. The Mount offers the only program in the state of Ohio that allows you to combine 2 education endorsements to earn a graduate degree. In less than 2 years, I combined the reading and gifted intervention specialist endorsements. Classes were convenient, fully online, and I received personal attention from my professors. The Mount helped me climb higher in my career. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/Ohio.
And we're back here at Spartans Stadium. Chuck, you can't ask for a better day. I'd like to bottle this thing up and hold it till the end of November.
Pretty lucky. The weather's been fantastic so far in our games. We're outdoors today, but we got a roof over us, and yeah, it's beautiful. And we kind of talked on the way up too. Manchester's one of the most northern schools, so we're kind of playing them early enough. I wouldn't maybe want to be here in November, but it's beautiful.
What's interesting is where we're at, located on top of the press box, we're pretty much adjacent to the top of the goalpost. And I feel the wind whipping through here, but when you look at the flags at the top of the goalpost, Chuck, they're not moving at all, and the flag out to the right of us is barely moving.
Yeah, it kind of was kicking up a little bit before. Watching the kicking in the pregame, it looked like the wind definitely was a factor, and I think it probably will be a little bit, but you're right. It's whipping around up here like it seems like it'd be crazy down there, but it's really, just a little bit of wind from like you said, left to right.
Last year, Manchester ended up 3-7 overall. They were tied for 5th in the Heartland Conference at 3-4. They won 2 out of 5 games here at their own stadium, Spartan Stadium. They are 1-2 coming into this one. Nate Jensen, in his 7th year as head coach of the Spartans, he's one of the most probably unrecognizable names in the Heartland Conference as far as head coaching is, but he's also one of the best, Chuck.
He's done a really good job since he's come here, and this, not to criticize, it's probably a tough area to recruit football players to come to. So he's done a nice job, and this stadium's really going to help him. I mean, if you bring a recruit here, it's very, very nice. So they got something, like you say, they're slowly improving. I'm sure the Manchester folks would like to see continued improvement, maybe a little bit faster, but sometimes you got to walk before you can run.
They're averaging 17 points a game. They've scored 52. They're giving up 37 points a game. They've given up 112 so far in 3 games. That's a differential of -20 heading into this game. The Lions, on the other hand, they're 3-0. Perfect so far in 3 games. They were 6-4 a year ago, 5-2 in the Heartland Conference, finished in 2nd place. They are 2-0 at home and 1-0 on the road coming into this one. The first 3 games out of conference were for Tyler Hopperton and the coaching staff to make decisions, change things up if they need be. Being the only 3-0 team in the conference, I asked Tyler Hopperton what the team worked on during the break.
Hop, heading into today's game with Manchester, first of all, the week off, what did you do personally? What did you do with the team during the week off?
I was in a pumpkin patch in a hurry, buddy. It was bye weeks when we do fall dad things, so it was good to spend a lot more time with family. Practices were a little shorter, got home sooner, was able to see the kids a little more before bedtime, and then last weekend out at a pumpkin patch and all that sort of thing. But a lot of fun with the kids and the wife and that sort of thing. So definitely good week in that regards.
I remember those days. They were fun. What did you do with the team to try to get, just give them a week off? What did you do in that frame?
Yeah, you don't want them sitting around doing nothing. So we still hit the weight room. We still practiced every day. But practices were just a little shorter, just not as physically taxing, but very upbeat, very sharp, very competitive, keeping guys, humming. We're obviously playing really well right now, so didn't want to lose a beat. But at the same time, there were 3 physical close games. So a lot of guys beat up, even if they weren't truly injured, so also trying to get back, a lot of guys healthy again.
What did you primarily work on this week? The things that you knew this team needed to work on?
Yeah, a lot of it's just back to basics, and that's even what we called last Tuesday. We didn't even go against each other as an offense and defense. It was a lot of indie work. So, I was able to take the safeties. Every position coach just took their group, worked on what they felt like they needed to fix after the first 3 weeks. And really that's how we treated the whole week was, how do we do what we do better, And so we really just kind of honed in. We also do some self-scouting. So, we watch our own tapes and kind of critique, hey, what am I calling on these downs? What am I calling these situations? And that way you can kind of see what, the teams we play coming up, what tendencies they'll see.
Everybody's talking offense. The defense has had some question marks, but what do you look at this defense and see that they're doing well?
Mainly, I think their mindset has been great, where they've gotten a little bit better. Everybody individually gets a little bit better every time they go out there, which is about all you can ask. And ultimately, too, they have a short memory. It's one play at a time. They'll give up a big play, but then the next time, maybe that's when they get a big play. And I know I told you last week, or going into Hope, that I thought they would just be a little bit more opportunistic than they were against Alfred, and they were. We had some turnovers, some more sacks, and things like that. So they're capable of some big plays. I think the defense just needs to string it together a little bit more, but at the same time, playing well, getting, the results we want, all while still not playing to the best of our ability, which is good as long as you're winning. But I think they'll continue to get better. The defense's practice mindset and their game mindset will continue to allow them to get better.
Hop, this Manchester team, Jepson the coach, this to me, that's just my opinion, is a team that could get into the upper echelon of the conference or really fall off. Is that how you look at them too?
Yeah, I think the world of Coach Jensen. He's a really good guy. When I became a head coach in this league, he was one of the first guys that kind of reached out to me, and I've kind of built a relationship with him, and I think he does a great job in recruiting, and I think he does a great job in embracing, what type of school they are, what their location is, and, their blue-collar, tough physical football program, and embrace the type of kids they get, not just physically, but mentally as well. And, we've had some close games with them over the past several years, and a lot of that is him and his coaching staff. And, they're definitely a team who I think is kind of right there. And, ultimately, though, they treat every game the same and, have no fear of whoever they're playing.
That's the type of team that kind of scares you, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, ultimately you want every team to play with no fear, right? But, some are the hunted and some are the hunters. And sometimes mentally it's easier to be a hunter because there's nothing to lose,
And his attitude is he's going to just try to run it right down your throat, isn't he?
Yeah, and if you're watching film, you're going to think you can run on us a little bit. We're a little light, and we've given up some runs and stuff. So if I'm them, there's definitely some things that you think you can take advantage of that also embrace who they are already.
What's the biggest improvement that this team has made so far this year?
I think compared to last year, it's kind of like the defense, but I think the mentality has been better. That I think our killer instinct and sense of urgency during games has been better. Where last year, I think we kind of let the game come to us a lot of different ways, if that makes sense. And I think I've seen that over the last 3 games of just attacking each play and that sort of thing. So I think that mindset has really helped us win these close games.
How about this new stadium that they've got? Pretty nice, huh?
It's very nice. Nice new turf. I played on grass at Burt Field when I was played here in my first couple of years coaching, I guess. So it's nice to be on turf a little bit. Nice new stadium. But it's a nice campus.
Well, good luck the rest of the year, Hop. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Tyler Hopperton, the head coach of the Lions, who come into this game averaging 35.7 points a contest. They've scored 107. They're giving up 31 points a game defensively. They've given up 93. That's differential of just 4.7 points per ball game on the plus side. The keys to today's game for Manchester, they need to run the ball, be able to effectively do that, and eat the clock and defend the Taylor Beecham attack offensively for the Lions here today. For the Lions, well, they've got to control the run. They've got to be able to stop Manchester, which a lot of teams have done through the first 3 games, even though Manchester is 1-2, and they want to be able to put points on the scoreboard. The Lions are adorned in their brand new road uniforms, white jerseys, blue pants, gold trim around the dark blue numerals and the white helmets. And Manchester, they are in their uniforms of all black, gold numerals, white trim, and the black helmets. I'm Dave Mitchell with Chuck Murray. The kickoff is coming up next here on the Mount St. Joseph Radio Network.
Take your game to new heights at Mount St. Joseph University. With 23 athletic teams and cutting-edge facilities, we are the NCAA Division III university in Greater Cincinnati. Learn more at msjlions.com.
Odyssey now has hundreds of new exclusive music stations for you to discover your new summer soundtrack.
Get moving with worthy workouts for a cardio sesh fueled by today's top artists.
Hanging with your crew? Throw it back with Picnic Party for old school jams for your cookout.
Or sail away with Odyssey's new yacht rock station, Jugger Yacht.
For summer barbecues, road trips,
or relaxing poolside.
Hundreds of new exclusive stations, plus all your favorite local radio stations and podcasts. It's all on Odyssey.
Thank you, NYPD Pizza, for your support of Mount St. Joseph University football on Z98. NYPD Pizza, 5329 Foley Road, and NYPDPizza.com.
Dave Mitchell, Chuck Murray back here at Spartans Stadium in North Manchester, Indiana, as we get set for this afternoon's college football game in the Heartland Conference between the Mount St. Joseph Lions at 3-0 and the Manchester Spartans at 1-2. The Lions won the coin toss, but they have deferred, so Manchester will get the kickoff to start this ball game, Chuck.
Yeah, and we decided we're going to take the win in the first quarter. Getting back to the Coach Hopperton interview for a minute, I really like when he said they self-scouted. I really like that you take a look at your tendencies as if you were going to get ready to play yourself, so you're not doing the same thing, so your opponents can't find something that you're doing over and over, and it becomes a tendency or a trend. So I really like hearing that.
Dropping back, set to return for Manchester is Cameron Hovey. Hovey is back there along with David Smith. Now David Smith is the single setback. Lions will be kicking off from left to right. As Chuck said, they will take the wind here in the first quarter of action and get the ball to start the second half if they choose to. Smith back at around his own 3-yard line. We're set to go. First game of the Heartland Conference season for 2022 is underway as Farfsing kicks it off, and it'll be taken in at the 5 by Smith on the near side. Cuts it up the middle to the 20, 25, 30. He's going to be hog-tied and brought down outside the 35-yard line near the 39. It'll be a return of 34 and first down and 10 for Manchester as they line up between quarterback Eric James, number 15. He has got a 94% quarterback rating, 14 of 30 so far in the year, 47% passing. David Smith at the running back position, 48 carries, 308 yards. He's averaging 6 runs a carry. At wide receiver is Levon Leisure. Leisure goes out wide to the right side. Matter of fact, they've got trips out wide to the right-hand side. Starting out in the pistol, James hands it off to Smith off the right side, picks up big yardage outside the 45 to the 50, and into Mount territory at the 49. That's a gain of 11 and a first down for Manchester.
Yeah, when you have to receive the kickoff, you're behind the 8 ball, but if you go down and score, then it's worth it. So we want to we know they're going to run the football, so I would assume we're going to put 7 and 8 man boxes up there.
James, the quarterback. He is a 6-foot, 165-pound junior. Throws out into the flat, complete to Smith. Smith gets it down to the 45-yard line, And that's a gain of 4 on the first pass of the ball game, 2nd and 6.
Yeah, it's like a long handoff right there, a little swing pass, get him in space.
Boy, just a gorgeous day. 70 degrees.
Yeah, it's
for this one.
Yeah, I'm not complaining.
As you said, Chuck, not a cloud in sight. Trips out to the near side, ball in the far hash mark. Manchester, first possession of the ball game. 2nd and 6. James looks to his left, now back to his left, throws out into the flat, and it is incomplete. Tried to go to Duriel Moss Jr. Dury Moss Jr., number 4, a 6-foot sophomore.
Boy, he was open, Dave, and that goes back to that accuracy of 46%. Boy, if you're Manchester, you got to hit that one.
The offensive line for Manchester is huge. Biggest in the Heartland Conference. They average 300 pounds across the front. The smallest guy that they've got across that front line is 275 pounds. That's Connor Hinman at the right guard position. Dropping back, James on 3rd and 6. Throws over the middle, incomplete. Tried to find Moss again, and it was incomplete. Heavy pressure. James had to get rid of the ball, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, good pressure, and then our DBs were all over him. It really would have been it was a really small window. So we're going to force a punt.
Mount St. Joseph Sports Information Director Blake Watson drove us up here this morning.
He did. It was very nice. Yeah. We had a nice breakfast, and so far so good.
He is doing the statting today for this ball game. Manchester does not have a SID. Dropping back, set to return for the Lions. That looks like Cornell Beecham. Beecham is back, and the punt is going to be taken in. Beecham is going to let it go. Yeah, it'll take a mount bounce and be downed at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, wind really knocked that down.
I acted surprised about that, Chuck, because we didn't expect Beecham to be running back any punts today.
Yeah, I think they're, again, trying to keep him healthy and upright, but, boy, it'd be hard for me as a coach with that kind of weapon to not have him returning kicks.
Lions with Josh Taylor, the starting quarterback. The junior, 65% completion, 174.6 quarterback rating. He has thrown 9 touchdown passes, 2 interceptions. He's in the single setback. Shotgun, throws it out into the flat, and it is complete to Beecham. Beecham caught it on the left side, cuts it to the right side, to the 40, 45, and he's going to be upended and brought down at about the 48-yard line on the play by Josu Castro, the free safety.
Right on cue. You got a weapon like that, Dave. Let's use him, and we're going hurry up, or at least calling the plays kind of at the line of scrimmage.
Coming out wide to the right-hand side is Hunley.
Yeah, 4 wide.
4 wide. Now Beecham is going to line up in the backfield to the left of Taylor. Hand off to Beecham around the right side, and he's going to take it inside the 45 and be brought down inside the 40 at the 38-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of about 13, Chuck, and a first down.
Yeah, 2 touches, big yardage. Big yardage. And he's going to go out for a minute.
Into the ball game for the Lions now at wide receiver is Porter. Porter goes out wide left. Austin Brock slot left. Cornell Beecham is out of the ball game, and McKenzie lines up on the right-hand side of Taylor. Moving in motion is Newton. Dropping back is Taylor. He's going to throw it on the left side, threw it up for grabs, and it is incomplete. Almost intercepted out there on the left side by Yandel Victorino.
Yeah, we dodged the bullet there. I've been very complimentary of Josh's decision-making all year. That was a bad decision. He just kind of threw it up, and, well, we got a little lucky there. That could have been picked.
Second down 10. Lions went for broke.
Yeah, Newton was open in the flat. Josh wanted to go for the home run, but Joey was open in the flat. Maybe that would have been the correct call.
Out wide to the right, Zakeem Hunley. Joey Newton, slot right. 2 receivers out wide to the left-hand side for the Lions. Taylor out of the pistol. Now Beecham moves out. It's a shotgun. Dropping back, Taylor throws out to the left, complete, and dropped immediately Joey Newton, but he caught the ball at the 33-yard line. Gain of about 5 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
I'm convinced a Mack truck could hit him and he'd hold on. Boy, he's really steady out there. And I think we're 2 down territory here anyway, so we got 2 downs to make 5 yards.
Lions first possession. Took it in at their own 37. 11:48 left to go in this first quarter of action. No score. Again, stacked receivers. Taylor looks to the right, now runs to the left. A lot of room out there to the 30. He's got the first down, 25, and run out of bounds at the 22-yard line.
That's the decision-making we're looking for. Nobody open, run it, get the first down, move the chains.
10 yards on the carry, first down for the Lions. 11:30 left to go in this first quarter.
24-yard line.
And the ball placed at the 23-yard line. They'll say about the 24. Taylor with Beecham to the right of him out of the pistol formation. Hunley goes out wide to the right. Powell's in the ball game, tight end left. 2 receivers out wide to the left. Hand off to Beecham right up the middle. He's got it clear to the 10, to the 5. He's going to be upended at the 3. Another big run by Beecham, 20 yards, and the Lions have it. First and goal.
Yeah, the offensive line's blowing open some really nice holes, and Cornell's hitting them hard. Really good yardage.
10:56, first and goal for the Lions at the Manchester 3. Beecham to the left of Taylor. Gets the handoff, off right tackle, scampers into the end zone for the score, and the Lions on their first possession of the day have taken the lead at 6-0.
Dave, that's exactly what you want to do. They had a little momentum. We made them punt, and we go down and shove it down their throat, take the lead. We do not want to give them any courage at all.
10:45 left to go in this first quarter of action. Lions lead it 6-0. Kyle Farfsing in to attempt the extra point. He is 12 for 13 on the season, kicking extra points. Holder is Pat Murray. High snap, but he got it to hold down. Kick is up, and it is good. 10:45 to go in period number 1. Your score, Mount St. Joseph 7, Manchester nothing on the Mount St. Joseph Radio Network.
Thank you, Wishbone Tavern, for your support of Mount St. Joseph University football on Z98. Wishbone Tavern, 5251 Delhi Pike, and wishbonetavern.com.
Thank you, Bearcat Storage, for your support of Mount St. Joseph University football on Z98. Bearcat Storage, 2 locations on Delhi Pike, and bearcatstorage.com.
Well, the Lions did what they wanted to do, took their possession, and drove it down the field to get the first score of the ballgame. 10:45 to go in period number 1. It's 7-0 Mount on top of it.
Yeah, really good drive, mix of run and pass. One bad decision that could have cost us, but we caught a break. They didn't catch the interception, and we just slammed it right in there.
So it will be Farfsing getting ready to kick it off from left to right across your computer screen.
I think we're waiting for the TV to come back because, we're the network, Indiana Network's doing this game, and I think that's what we're waiting on. Now they get the go-ahead.
Yeah, if you'd like to, bring up their video,
and
keep our audio.
Yep, absolutely.
Farfsing will kick it off, Smith back to return. Smith goes over, and Farfsing's going to kick it through the end zone, and that'll give Manchester the football at their own 20.
We're catching a little bit of a break here because now the wind's really picking up. You can see those flag poles on the goalposts and then the American flag blowing pretty good. So we got to take advantage of it this quarter.
And now Manchester will have the football. They're going to put it at the 25. And they will send out wide to the right-hand side. Joe Powell. Powell goes out wide right. James, the quarterback, he's got Smith to the right of him out of the pistol. Lions on top of it, 7-0. Lions showing blitz across that defensive side. James gets the handoff to Smith. Smith's going to get hit right at the line and dropped at the 25-yard line. Gain of about a yard on the play. And the tackle was made by Deshaun Starks coming up from his corner position.
Yeah, again, I think we're gonna play the run, say, hey, you're going to have to throw the ball, especially against the wind. That would be the strategy I believe Coach Thompson would adhere to.
In that first drive, James was just 1 of 3 passing for 6 yards. James, the junior quarterback, looks over the defense. Again, receivers out wide on each side. Hand off to James. James off the right tackle to the 30. Got a hole. He's taking it up near a first down. He'll be stopped about the 34-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 8 and bring up third down and a yard.
Yeah, a little bit of a hole there. We're in press coverage on the corner, so we're daring them, and they're still going to try to run the football.
They're going to go with a 2 tight end set. Peyton Fry and Justin Abayagam are into the ballgame now. Receivers out wide to the left-hand side. That's Leisure and Moss. Looking over to the sideline is James on third down and a yard. 9:30 left to go in this first quarter, and now a timeout is going to be whistled by the side judge and given to Nate Jensen and the Spartans here in this first quarter of play. We'll just go ahead and keep it right here. 7-0 Lions leading it with 9.5 minutes left to go in this first quarter of play, Chuck.
Yeah, these are big third downs because, again, it's not a matter of, well, they're going to go down and score, but if they get a first down, they could theoretically chew up a couple more minutes, and you want as many possessions as you can get when you have the win, and maybe when you're against the win, you want to shorten those quarters. So, I'd like to get off the field here and get the ball back because their last punt was about 20 yards against the wind.
D1 college football scoreboard. Michigan is leading Iowa 13-0. Oklahoma losing big time to TCU, 34-17. That game is 8 minutes left to go in the second quarter.
Gee, that's big. Big 12 football.
Purdue over Minnesota, 10-3. Texas Tech losing to Kansas State, 13-10. And Mississippi is beating UK, 19-12. After that first time out of the ball game, coming back up to the line of scrimmage is Manchester. James hands it off to Smith. Smith is going to get hit at the line. He's got enough for the first down. Gains a couple on the play, out to the 36, and it's a first down for Manchester.
Yep, just enough of a seam there to hit a crack and get it 2 yards. Needed a yard, got 2.
Smith so far in the ball game, 4 carries, 20 yards. About a yard shy of his 6 yards per carry average coming in. Smith, a sophomore. James, the quarterback, tight formation, handoff to Smith, and Smith is just going to pick up a couple out to the 38-yard line. This is just what we expected out of Manchester, Chuck. They are going to try to run the ball and run the ball and run the ball.
Yeah, as you mentioned in your pregame, and especially against the wind, they want to shorten this game as much as they can.
8:42 remaining in the first quarter. Manchester in their all-black uniforms, moving from right to left. Coming out of the ball game now is David Smith. Smith had to leave, so coming in is Jalen Love, number 20, 5'6", 180-pound junior. He lines up to the left of James in the pistol. Trips out to the left-hand side. Handoff to Love around the right side. Gets hit and brought down again. Good defensive pressure by the Lions on the play. Evan Schlinsker came up with the tackle.
Yeah, him and Evan and a couple of his friends. Nice job. We got 3rd and 8. Got a good chance. I'm assuming they're going to have to throw the ball here.
Schlinsker out of Fairfield, Ohio, went to Baden High School. That was quite a drive. From Fairfield to Hamilton, Baden. Yeah. 3rd down, call it 8 yards to go. Ball resting at the 38-yard line. They need to get it out to the 46. Again, Love in the backfield with James. James drops back, looks over to the left-hand side. He's going to throw the fade up the field, and he's got the receiver, and it is complete inside the 25 and down to the 20. That's Dury Moss Jr.
A beautiful throw and catch. He just let him, threw it right up there, and he ran under it. Big play.
44 yards on the reception. That's the 6th catch of the year by Dury Moss. Looked like the Lions secondary just kind of gave up on that ball, Chuck. They thought maybe it was overthrown.
Yeah, it was perfect against the wind, but he threw it far enough. He let him run under it.
So it is 1st and goal from the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. So make that a 40-yard catch. James, little shovel pass forward, cuts it down to the 24-yard line and grabbed and tackled on the play. That is David Smith. Check that. With that is Cam Hall. Hall with the carry off the little pooch pass. Gained maybe, well, they're going to say nothing on the play. Yeah, no gain.
Yeah. But again, the clock keeps running, so we've had 1 possession with the wind, and we're down to 6.5 minutes.
2nd down 10. David Smith back in the ball game, the sophomore. He's off to the right-hand side. Dual receivers out to the left. Pass goes out to the right-hand side, and it is complete on the play. Goes out to the right-hand side to Joe Powell. Caught it at about the 20-yard line and run out of bounds right there after a 4-yard pickup.
Yeah, nice job. Came up, made the tackle. 3rd and 6. Probably 2-down territory for Manchester.
6 minutes to go in the first quarter, 7-0. 3rd down and 6 yards to go, as you said, Chuck. They have got coming out to the wide right, Leisure. Leisure, number 5 on his black uniform. James wants to put a man in motion. He will. That's Powell. Handoff goes to Smith off left tackle. Stacked up, downed inside the 20 at about the 17-yard line. And he's going to be shy of the 1st down by a couple. And it brings up 4th down and 2.
Yeah, I think they ran it there knowing they were going to go for it on 4th down. So the offensive coordinator was probably told by the head coach, hey, you've got 2 downs to make 6 yards. So it looks like 4th and almost 3. As you would say, long 3, or a short 3, long 2.
That's about what it is, too. They bring in the play from the sideline. Manchester trying to even this ball game up. Lions lead it by 7. 4th down, 3 inside the Mount 20-yard line. Handoff to Smith. Gets bottled up. He's not going to get it. He barely gets back to the line of scrimmage, and the Lions get the ball back on the exchange of downs.
Great defensive play there. Great defensive stand by the Lions.
Anthony Wright came in and made the first hit. That is his 26th tackle.
Yeah, they bottled him up pretty quickly. He really had no room to scamper out of there or anything. That was kind of blown up right from the start.
4:59 left to go in this first quarter. Lions lead at 7-0.
At their own 16-yard line.
And Manchester, they've moved the ball on us a little bit here. So
they have.
We got to keep scoring points.
Cornell Beecham in the backfield with Josh Taylor. Porter comes out wide to the right-hand side. Powell lines up tight end left, off the line. Fake handoff, Taylor. Taylor's going to roll out to the right, gets away from the rush. Flag thrown. Taylor is just going to tuck it under, and he's going to be down at the 15-yard line. Loss of a couple, but there's going to be a hold called in the middle of that line, Chuck.
Yep. They threw the flag pretty early as he's scrambling out of there, so we're going to be first and long.
Taylor saw nothing there. And let's see what Nate Jensen decides to do. They lost a couple. You would think he'd take this.
Yeah, I would take it if I was him, but let's see what he's going to do.
Here's the referee's call.
Holding. Offense. Number 73. Half the distance to the goal. Remains. First down.
And they will accept the penalty. That was against Colin Candra, the left tackle. Lions across that front line. Candra, as we said, left tackle. Studeville, left guard. Danny Mabe is the center. The right guard is Delvin Salyers, and Sam Martin, the right tackle.
About first and 19, maybe. Yeah, first and 19.
Yep. First down, 19 yards to go. Taylor, fake handoff, throws it over the middle, and the slant incomplete to Hunley. Hunley at the 20, broken tackle, across the 25 to the 30, and he's out to the 34-yard line. First down for the Lions on a 23-yard reception.
Yeah, great route, great throw by Josh. Caught it in stride, get us out of the hole. And we're going to go hurry up.
4.5 remaining to go in the first quarter. Lions lead at 7-0. Taylor has got McKenzie in the backfield with him. Off to the right out of the pistol. Trips out to the right side. Beecham, Beecham takes it around the left side to the 40, up to the 45, scampers out of bounds at the 47-yard line. That's 12 yards on the carry, and another first down for the Lions.
I think we can pretty much run the football whenever we want. At least by the few runs that we've had, they're all explosive. Anything over 10 yards is an explosive run to me, and we're picking up huge chunks on the ground.
That's what it's looking like. 3:53 left to go in this first period. Lions lead at 7-0. They are up to the 47-yard line in their own territory. Beecham to the left. Now moves out in motion to the left side. Taylor, look to the left, look to the right. Now back to the left. He's got a completion on the right-hand side to the 42-yard line, making the 43 into Manchester territory to the receiver, Zane Nine. Nine finally getting a catch.
Yeah, Josh looked around, had all kind of time, and finally found an open receiver, and Spotty, nice job. Probably his third or fourth check down, too.
Dine out of Pleasant High School in Marion. Junior, 6'3", 177 pounds. They're really excited about the possibilities that Dine brings to the field. Stack receivers on both sides. Beecham in the backfield. Taylor takes the snap. Looks down the middle. Throws it. It is complete on the play to Joey Newton at the 20, and he bursts inside the 20 down to the 16-yard line.
Joey did a square out, and he kind of stumbled coming out of his turn, and but he still regained his feet, and Josh hit him right on the numbers, and it's the sure thing with the good hands catches it.
25 yards on the reception. With it on the left-hand side is Beecham. To the left is Josh Taylor. Two receivers out wide on both sides. Taylor drops back. Flag thrown again. Taylor rolls out to the left. He's going to pick up a block, cut it inside the 15 to the 10, cuts it to the inside to the 5. He's going to take it into the end zone for the score, but it isn't going to matter.
Yep.
That's going to be a run of about 15 yards, but he actually made it closer to 50.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of the Kyler Murray play a few weeks ago. He ran that 2-point play like 80 yards, but yeah, it's going to be holding.
I know you're going to remember this name. A lot of people will in Cincinnati because he came from Cincinnati. Josh Taylor, physically and athletically, reminds me a lot, and it is a holding against the Lions. Roger Staubach.
Yeah. Purcell Marion High School. Yep. Purcell at the time, yep. Yeah, us old folks can remember that name, but Hall of Famer.
He really does. I mean, he's got the same type of moves. He's got the same body. And watching him run that,
it kind of looked like Roger Staubach. Yes. It really did.
2:28 left to go. That knocks the Lions back to the 25-yard line. It'll be first and goal, or first and 10 Need to get to the 5. Handoff Beecham. Cut it to the right. Now stutter steps back to the left-hand side. He'll be hit at the 27 and rolled right down there.
Yeah, we couldn't quite make a block on the corner, and he did a nice job coming up and actually dropping for a little bit of a loss.
Jamal Hubbard coming in and making the tackle. He's got 23 tackles this year.
Yeah, he's all over the field for them.
Yeah. Well, they call him the Rover. And that's what he does. He roves all over the field. Powell is coming in. Now they bring in Joey Newton. By the way, the great name controversy, we'll have to explain that coming up here in just a little bit. 2 receivers out wide on each side. Josh Taylor, the quarterback. He's got Beecham to the left of him. It'll be second down, 22 yards to go. Dropping back Taylor. Look to the right, to the left, steps up into the pocket. Got a lot of green to the 25, 20, 15. Steps inside to the 10, to the 5. He's going to be near a first down. And let's see if they're going to give him his forward progress. They will. That's a 23-yard gain by Taylor and a first down for the Lions, first and goal.
Yeah, they blitzed and they were in man coverage. They did a nice job in coverage, but then when you're so focused on your guy, you turn your back, and then he had a lot of room to run. Nice job by Josh. Good decision, too.
Porter goes out wide to the left. Newton, slot left. Powell, tight end left off the line. Coming out wide to the right-hand side is Hunley. Handoff goes to Beecham. Off the right tackle behind Sam Martin. Takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions!
Yeah, I'm inside, 5-yard line. That's who I'm giving it to. So very nice call there by Coach Coral and the staff. And now we go up 13-0 with a PAT pending.
Thus comes the name controversy. Received an email 2 weeks ago that I have constantly been pronouncing Caleb Coral's last name incorrectly. I have told him now. He said it never bothered him. That's why he never brought it up. As the snap is down, Farson kick is up and good. 57.3 seconds to go. We'll finish the story after this. Your score, it's the Mount 14, Manchester nothing on the Mount St. Joseph Radio Network.
Thank you, Cincinnati Open Box Outlet, for your support of Mount St. Joseph University football on Z98. Cincinnati Open Box Outlet, 6252 Glenway Avenue, openboxoutlet.com.
Thank you, Delhi Barbers, for your support of Mount St. Joseph University football on Z98. Delhi Barbers, 402 Greenwell Avenue, and DelhiBarbers.com.
Well, to continue that story, the Mount leads at 14-0. I told Caleb, I said, from now on, your name is no longer Caleb. It is going to be Coral Carrill. Offensive coordinator, Coral Carrill. He is now the OC by the name of CC. He was very gracious about it. He told me, he said, I've known you've done it for 6 years. He said, I just thought it was your thing.
Yeah, he kind of told me that a week or two ago when we were talking. He said, I kind of think that's Dave's thing, so we'll just run with it.
So if I offended anybody on the Coral side, I apologize. I really thought it was Carrill. 57.3 seconds to go. Farpsing will kick it off, deep kickoff. Smith's going to grab it at about the 2 and then let it go right through his hands, and it goes through the end zone for the touchback.
Yeah, really important to get out to the 14-0 lead with them going to be switching the field here in a minute, and they'll have the wind. They've moved the ball on us a little bit here. So now, fortunately for us, we've moved it on them and scored, but they've done some good things on offense so far.
Lions, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. They have done an outstanding job offensively here. And Josh Taylor, 5 of 6 passing for 90 yards. Beecham, 6 carries for 53 yards. Taylor, a couple of carries for 32 yards, and he has spread the wealth amongst the receivers. Newton with 2 catches. Porter, Beecham, and Dine, each with 1. Officials taking their sweet old time, putting the ball in play.
I guess it's a TV thing again, Dave.
We have illegal formation on the kicking team. 5 yards will be added on to the end of the kick at the 35. First down.
So an illegal formation.
Can't say that I've seen that called, but I guess that's the correct call.
And that'll put it out to the 30-yard line as the wind kicks up, and now the flag blowing from left to right straight out. 57.3 left to go in this first quarter. Lions lead it 14-0. Quarterback James. James in the backfield. He's got Smith. Move Porter in motion. Now gives it off to Smith, to Love, Love cuts it up across the 35, out to the 37. That'll be a gain of 7 on the play for Jalen Love, the backup running back, number 20. Well, now they're going to drop him down at the 36-yard line, so call it just a gain of 6.
Yeah, this should be the last play of the quarter. Then they'll have the win.
James looking things over. Still with Love in the backfield, out of the pistol formation to the right. Hand off to Love. Love's going to be hit right at the line and dropped right there. Schlensker again with the tackle, along with Anthony Wright.
Yeah, bottle him up that time, really nowhere to run. I'd say no gain, so.
12 seconds, that's going to do it for the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0, the Mount on top of it. 2 possessions, 2 scores, and they are looking good so far in the first 15 minutes of this one. I'm Dave Mitchell with Chuck Murray. Second quarter action coming up next on the Mount St. Joseph Radio Network.
Hi, this is Morgan Freeman. Has anyone ever said, you're the picture of health? You look healthy, you feel fine, but that may not be the full picture. Colorectal cancer is the second leading cancer killer of men and women over 50. Since it doesn't always cause symptoms, you may not know you have it. The only way to know is by getting screened. Screening can find precancerous polyps so they can be removed before they turn into cancer. This is one cancer you can prevent. Plus, screening can find colorectal cancer at an early stage when the chance for a full recovery is very high. Talk with your doctor and get tested for colorectal cancer. Medicare and many insurance plans help pay for screening. Get screened. Make sure you are the picture of health.
A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Well, the Lions lead at 14-0 heading into the second quarter of play, and the teams will switch sides. Now Manchester will be going from left to right across your computer screen, as we've got a couple of people to thank here this afternoon, Chuck.
Yeah, Rick Esposette, the longtime baseball coach and athletic director here, really helped us out this morning getting set up and being very, very gracious host. And he's a great guy.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot to them and his staff. 3rd down 4. James, heavy brush, gets the pass out on the left-hand side, complete on the play to Porter. He's going to be stacked up by Hammond, close to a first down, and he's got the first down by about a yard.
Yeah, we missed the tackle there. It would have been a 4th and about 3, probably had to punt, and they're going to move the chains.
Excuse me, that was Dury Moss Jr. Jr. with the catch. Moss with his second reception of the afternoon. Of course, he had the big one of 40 yards earlier. So a first down for Manchester. They line up that big offensive line against the Lions' defensive line, and the handoff going off the left-hand side. That's James with a fake. He's going to take it around the left-hand side up to midfield, and he'll be dropped at the 49 in Mount territory. That's a gain of about 9 on the play.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, they're doing some nice things on offense. They're moving the ball. 2nd and 1.
2nd down, a yard to go.
They're going no huddle also, Dave.
Love is back in the backfield. James, the quarterback. First time he's run the ball today. He has not run the ball much this year. James rolls out to the right. Out of the pistol, looks up the right side. He's got Moss, and it's going to be intercepted by the Lions.
They're saying out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Going up and grabbing it was Mason Owens, and came down with it out of bounds.
He did a really nice read on that. We had coverage over there, and he saw the play going there. He went over from a safety spot and made a nice play. Just could not get 1 foot down.
He looked like Von Bell coming over the other night.
Yeah, he sure did. That was a really nice play by him.
Von Bell or Owens?
Owens.
Oh, okay. 13:41 left to go in the half. At halftime, Jennifer Garrison be our guest, the band director of the Mount. So we'll have her at halftime coming up. Handoff goes right up the middle to Love. Love on 3rd and 1. He is stacked up, picked up about a yard and a half, and got the first down at the Lions' 47-yard line. Love just put his head down and picked up the yard and a half that they needed for the first.
It's amazing with this helmet-to-helmet stuff. A running back can put his head down and do whatever he wants, but if a defender does it, there's 15 flags to
Please
flying,
don't start me on
I
that.
I know.
My voice is tender enough right now. James, the quarterback. Love stays in at the running back position. Moving in motion to the far side is Cam Hall. Handoff goes to Love. Love's going to be slammed to the ground. Boy, nice play there by Butler.
Yeah, he was right there, and there was no getting by him that time. Really, maybe a half a yard gain.
Tucker.
Maybe a yard. I'm sorry, Dave.
I'm sorry. Tucker got in on that tackle, too. Just spun him to the ground. Gain of a yard. 2nd down, 9.
You know, for Manchester, offensive, they're doing a good job controlling the ball. They got to get some help from their defense. They can't just let us go down the field and score every time, but they're chewing it up and keeping that clock running.
Lions coming with the blitz. James picks it up, though, throws it out into the flat, complete at the 38, and picking up the first down at the 37-yard line.
You got a flag, Dave.
Yep.
I don't know what they're going to, if it's a late hit or it's a hold. Let's see what we got here. It's
catching that pass was Brett Woolsey. Woolsey picked up that pass. And now, as you said, we've got the flag down. Manchester clapping there.
Yeah.
They seem to think it's against the Lions.
Roughing the passer. Defense, number 33. 15-yard penalty.
So a roughing the passer penalty against Jacob Ferguson. I did not see that. As we look at it, Chuck looking at the replay of it.
I've seen a lot worse. Let's put it that way.
A little questionable.
The flags have been kind to us so far.
No. Ball down to the 23-yard line. Handoff goes around the left-hand side to Cam Hall. Hall takes it inside the 20, and he's going to be dropped down at the 16-yard line. That's a gain of 6, 2nd and 4. You know, you talked about time of possession, and so far in this ballgame, Chuck, Manchester has held on to the ball 2.5 more minutes than the Lions.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job on offense. Unfortunately, we've been able to keep them out of the end zone, but boy, they're threatening now.
Back into the ballgame, Smith at running back to the right. Fake handoff, throw over the middle, incomplete. Ball knocked away, went right into the hands of Dury Moss, but he couldn't hang on to it.
Yeah, I think if you asked him in an honest moment, he probably should have caught that.
Justin Abayagam, was the intended receiver. He is a tight end.
So they're probably 4-down territory again. So they got 2 downs to make about 5 yards.
Moss out wide to the right. Howell out wide right also. Handoff goes to Smith on the right sweep. Step inside a tackle. Inside the 15. Down to the 12. Gain of 4. And he's close to a first down. Looks like he's probably got it.
Nice run. He sidestepped. We were right there to make the play and just couldn't make it.
Where they've got it spotted. Boy, I'll tell you, Chuck.
Now they're going to
be 4th down.
Yeah, okay.
Boy, we talked about this before the game about measuring.
Yeah.
It's a lost art, and this is one where I would think if I'm Nate Jensen, I want to know how many I've got to get.
Yeah, it looks like really, inches maybe?
Inches.
Yeah, I would think quarterback sneak, but we'll see what they do.
Nate Jensen, I think,
they're going to use a timeout. They're down to 7 seconds here.
They've already used one, and they'll use a second one. And there they make the timeout call with 10:48 left to go in this first half. When we come back, it'll be 4th down and call it 6 inches for Manchester after this timeout.
Thank you, Delhi Liquor Store, for your support of Mount St. Joseph University football on Z98. Delhi Liquor Store, 5193 Delhi Pike and DelhiLiquor.com.
Thank you, NYPD Pizza, for your support of Mount St. Joseph University football on Z98. NYPD Pizza, 5329 Foley Road and NYPDPizza.com.
Hey, Mount alumni, we have some great news for you. The Mount is now offering alumni a new 10% discount on the Master of Science in Organizational Leadership program starting in January. Earn your master's degree with a flexible virtual format in just 20 months at a 10% discounted rate. Sign up now at msj.edu/apply.
10:48 left to go in this first half. Lions lead at 14-0. Manchester still huddled around their head coach, Nate Jensen. In his 7th year, he has won 20 games, lost 40.
I would say quarterback sneak, but he's
at the 10.
It looks like about the 9. So
9?
Yeah, right about the 9.
There it is, and that'll be first and goal then. First and goal, 14-0. This is the deepest into Mount territory Manchester has traveled. Fake handoff to Smith. Dropping back into the corner of the end zone near the pylon for the catch. And that's Leisure. And Leisure 50 feet in bounds for the score.
Really nice job. Really nice job there keeping his feet in. Actually, it was an NFL touchdown. I think he kept both feet in.
Boy, Leisure did a nice job. Got right by the front pylon. Put his toes down. Fell forward out of bounds. Caught the ball. And that will... Now, looks like Manchester is going to go... They're going to do the swinging door extra point. They snap it to the backup quarterback, and that ball is battered away by Anthony Wright. Incomplete. So Manchester tried a little trickery, but it didn't work out. 10:04 to go in the first half. The score, the Mount 14, Manchester 6 on the Mount St. Joseph Radio Network.
You're a Lions fan. Own it. And we are the radio home of Mount St. Joseph Lions Sports. UltimateSportsTalk.com. Football, basketball, wrestling, volleyball, softball, baseball. We are Cincinnati's sports website and also the home of the Ohio Baseball Weekly Show every Monday night during the baseball season. We are the home of the Mount St. Joseph Lions. UltimateSportsTalk.com.
You're listening to Mount St. Joseph Sports on WDTZ FM 98.1 and UltimateSportsTalk.com from Manchester University up in northern Indiana. We are located right in between Fort Wayne and Angola.
That was the official waited a long time to make that call, and watching the replay, it's really hard to tell. The feet might have been a little bit off the ground, but it was a heck of a catch. So, no replay or anything, so it's a touchdown, Manchester.
So kicking it off for Manchester will be Aiden Beachy. Beachy kicks it off, and it'll go into the end zone and through the end zone for a touchback.
Well, they have the win, and I think we misjudged that a little bit, and it went over our head, so we'll take the ball in the 25. So we got to answer, Dave. We got to answer here. They're moving the ball pretty good on us, so we got to answer the bell.
Time of possession, boy, look at this. Manchester, 13 minutes, 13 seconds. The Mount, 6 minutes, 43 seconds. Yeah, fortunately with our time, we're scoring, but they're wearing us down a little bit, and we got to answer the bell. We're going into the win for the first time on offense now. 10:04 remaining in the half. 14-6, Mount leads it by 8. Cornell Beecham to the right, and he'll get the end. That's McKenzie. McKenzie around the left-hand side. Takes it up to the 30-yard line. That'll be a gain of 5. Yeah, good first down run. 2nd and 5. Very manageable. Right behind Colin Candra, the left tackle. Yeah, nice block.
Gain to 4 on the play, brings up 2nd down 6.
McKenzie will stay into the ball game.
They're saying 2nd and 6, but that ball's right on the 30. So
yeah,
it's 2nd and 5.
It's 2nd and 5. Porter's out wide to the left-hand side. Trips out to the far right. No tight end set up for the Lions. Dropping back, Taylor. Taylor gets pushed out of the pocket. Now rolls back to his left-hand side. Looks up the field. Tucks the football under to the 30. 35. Got the first down to the 40. And runs out of bounds at the 42-yard line. That'll be a gain of 12 and a first down for Josh.
Another really good decision. I mean, I know he wanted to get it down the field, but play it safe. Run, get the first down. Really good decision by Josh.
And let's see, well, wait a minute.
We got something going on here.
Something going on down on the field as the back judge
I don't see a flag, but I don't know.
Back judge is coming in to talk. The backside judge, now they're going to bring in the back judge. Another one of those conferences.
Yeah, it scares you.
If you hold a conference like this in Washington, you get criticized.
I don't know what this could be. Could it be a play clock thing or? Oh, it looks like the main scoreboard.
The main
so
scoreboard.
They're trying to figure out the time left. We could probably
one of these things.
It was on 0. During the play, it went to 0.
Result of the play is a first down. Game clock is out. We'll keep the time on the field. Current time is 9:45 in the second quarter.
9:45 second quarter. We're going to have to.
Oh, now they fixed it. It looks like.
Looks like they may have.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's tough when you can't see the clock.
Yeah. Clock is back up. Keep in mind, Manchester just has one timeout left.
Yeah, that could be big coming down the stretch of the first half here.
Well, the score is wrong.
Yeah, we got a baseball score up there, 6-5.
You feel right at home now.
Yeah, okay.
14-6. As the referee will look thing, they're trying to get everything situated.
Looks like it's kind of go now, but okay.
Talked about how this stadium is brand new. It's been in existence just for a year.
Yeah.
9:45 left to go.
Now what's he going to say?
We will use the board on the field.
Now we are going to use the scoreboard.
Until it goes out again.
And the play clock, they'll have
needs to go to 25.
Reset
that.
that.
Now 40. Oh.
Now they're going to put it at 40.
Yeah, it should be 25. Now
they've got it at 25. Now we go. And we're ready to play. 9:40 left to go in the first half. Ball at the 42-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Lions in their own territory. Taylor, heavy rush. He's going to get it right back to the line of scrimmage and no gain. Had to run because Manchester's defensive line kept him right in the pocket.
I'll tell you, they're doing a nice job in coverage. We're just not breaking open, and maybe we just need to run the ball a little bit more. We've had a lot of success doing that. I know we like to throw it, but, boy, they're covering our guys pretty good. We're just not breaking open.
Chuck, this is not the Spartans team of old either.
No, they're like I said, they're at home fired up to play.
They're physical. They show 4 men across the defensive front. Taylor looking things over, now drops back, takes the snap. 2nd and 10, got hit, held onto the football, and dropped back at the 34-yard line on the play.
Yeah, I think we're going away from the run a little bit too much. I mean, we got Cornell, we got, but now we're 3rd and long. We got to throw it.
Looked like Jamal Hubbard coming in and taking that tackle. No, Billy Olderman. Olderman came in and got the tackle. That's his first sack of the year. He's going to lose about 10 on the play. Back to the 34-yard line. Lions need to get to the 48 in Manchester territory. It's 3rd and 18. Beecham back into the ball game. Low snap. Taylor throws it out to McKenzie on the left flat. Gets it to the 40, and he's spun down across the 40 out to the 45-yard line.
I like the call. Just was, there aren't many calls for 3rd and 18. What do we got? A flag?
We've got I don't see a flag, but the officials are conferring out on the far side, and it will be a penalty call. Illegal procedure.
That
false start.
First of all, I didn't see a flag, but second of all, you got to blow that play dead. You can't let that go out. And when you call false start, the play's dead. Oh boy,
Well, that'll take it back to the 29-yard line, and it's 3rd down and 23 yards to go. So the Lions going backwards instead of the direction they should be going in. Taylor with McKenzie in the backfield. Drops back. Nope, that's Beecham now. Rolls out to the right. Throws it up the sideline. He's got it to Beecham. Beecham to the 40. To the 45. Goes the tackle to midfield. He's got the first down in Manchester territory at the 36-yard line.
Wow, what a play by Josh, and then a great run and catch by Cornell. Boy, 3rd and whatever, long, a mile.
45 yards on the reception to Cornell Beecham.
We may look back on that play as the play of the game that really changed things.
When Beecham touches the ball, he is capable of doing things like that.
Yeah, and it was awesome. That was a great play by, and I know their defensive coordinator is really frustrated.
Caleb Coral just trying to find as many different ways as he can to get Beecham the football. Beecham stays in the ball game to the left. Handoff. Got it off the right tackle behind Martin.
There he goes.
To the 25,
There he goes.
20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Cornell Beecham.
That's how explosive we can be. We're a play away from having to punt into the wind. 2 plays later, we're into the end zone. But those 2 players, they're special.
Unbelievable.
Cornell, they're just special players. And the line did a nice job there, but they're special.
You're looking at 3rd down, 23 yards to go. He picks up the first down on a 40-yard completion and then scampers in for a touchdown.
Yeah, I think we're going to look at that sequence there as what really turned the tide.
Farsing has already kicked 2 extra points today. Good snap, good hold, kick is up, and the kick is good. 6:55 left to go in the first half. Your score, it's now Mount St. Joseph 21 and Manchester 6 on the Mount St. Joseph Radio Network.
Take your game to new heights at Mount St. Joseph University, where Division III champions are made. We coach our Lions to become leaders who will win on the field and in their career. With 23 athletic teams and cutting-edge facilities, we are the NCAA Division III university in Greater Cincinnati. Are you ready to compete with the heart of a Lion and become our next champion? Learn more at msjlions.com.
Well, the Lions come back and score one of their own. 6:55 left to go. 21-6, but Chuck, as we've been talking about all year long, the Lions' rushing defense has really got to start getting settled here.
Yeah, offensively, we're doing our thing like we always do. And I as I mentioned before, I think we're going to look back at the end of this game and say that 3rd and 23, that play that them guys pulled off is going to be what really changed this game. Because if we punt into the wind, they got a short field, all of a sudden they go down, and so that was huge. But, yeah, we got to shore it up defensively against the run.
6:55 left to go in this first half. Farsing, short kick up the right side, and it'll be taken in by one of the upbacks at the 17-yard line to the 20, 25, and he's going to be stacked up and down right there in the play, and that looked like Yandel Victoriano.
Yeah, that was a nice kickoff by Kyle. He's going against the wind. He's not trying to kick it into the end zone. He gets kind of a pop-up down on the right-hand side and floated a little bit, and they're at the 25. That's like a touchback, so we'll take that.
Eric James, 8 of 12 passing, 78 yards.
He's been pretty accurate. Looking at the numbers beforehand, he's been pretty accurate.
David Smith has got 9 carries for 32 yards, and he will come back in at running back. Ball resting at the 25-yard line in Manchester territory. Spartans with that big front line of theirs, averaging 300 pounds. Handoff goes to Smith. Smith takes it up to the 25, to the 26, and steps forward to about the 27-yard line for a gain of a couple.
They bottle him up there a little bit.
Smith came in averaging 98 yards a game rushing. He really has been their only offensive attack this year, but not today.
And we're in press coverage with both corners and single coverage over here.
2nd down, 7 yards to go from the 28. James drops straight back out of the pistol. Throws it up the left side on a fade, and he overthrew his intended receiver. Tried to get it to Powell.
Yeah, we're, again, press coverage, single high safety, basically daring them. They beat us the one earlier in the game, but basically saying, we don't think you're accurate enough to beat us one-on-one there. And, trying to stop the run, which, now they're in 3rd and 7.
Next week, Defiance comes to Schuler Field. Hope to see you there.
Yeah, it should be fun to get back home. Feels like, we haven't had a game in 2 weeks. It feels like 2 months.
I know. I was going through Chuck withdrawals last Saturday. 3rd down, 7 yards ago, if you believe that. Got some land out in Wyoming. Yeah. Dropping back, James. James, no pressure at all. Rolls out to his right. Throws it upfield, and it's going to be intercepted by Starks. He's going to bring it back to the 50, to the 40, to the 35, 30, 25, 20, and he's going to be ran down and tackled from behind at the 15-yard line. Deshaun Starks with the interception.
Yeah, it was great protection by the Manchester offensive line. He had plenty of time, rolled out to his right, and he just overshot his receiver, and Deshaun was there pretty much playing center field, and a great return by him.
Took it down to where are they going to mark it? Right at the 15-yard line. Lions setting up shop offensively.
And just watching the replay, he just overshot him. Deshaun's right there, and
not sure where right there is where they picked up a great block.
They did.
At about the 25-yard line that allowed Starks to pick up another 10 yards. Quarterback Josh Taylor. Hands off along the left-hand side to Beecham. Beecham to the 15, to the 10, spins inside and gets it down to the 11-yard line, maybe near the 10. That'll be a gain of the 5, excuse me.
You know me, I like that call.
Loved it. That's a gain of about 9.
Yeah, it puts yourself in a really good spot here, but if it's me, I'm just running it up in there and scoring. I'm not trying to get cute.
Yeah, just run as much time as you can.
Yep.
5:20 remaining. Taylor looking things over. Handoff Beecham, right up the middle, inside the 5, down to the 3, 2, 1, touchdown Lions! Lions with Beecham, his second TD of the day, and they lead it now 27-6 with 5:06 to go in the first half.
Yeah, sometimes you just keep it simple, and you got a horse back there, and your line's doing a nice job. Just hand it off and stick it in there.
So Farfsing So we got 5:06 to go in this first half of action. Your score, it's now Mount 28, Manchester 6 on the Mount St. Joseph Radio Network.
Thank you, Delhi Skyline Chili, for your support of Mount St. Joseph University football on Z98. Delhi Skyline, 5137 Delhi Pike, and SkylineChili.com.
Thank you, Bearcat Storage, for your support of Mount St. Joseph University football on Z98. Bearcat Storage, 2 locations on Delhi Pike, and BearcatStorage.com.
Want to also thank Taylor Sunderhouse for going out and getting all of the sponsors, allowing us to bring you Mount St. Joseph action here on the Mount St. Joseph Radio Network, WDTZ, and UltimateSportsTalk.com on the road games, YouTube included on the home games.
You know, it's one of them things. Manchester's probably thinking, my gosh, we're controlling the clock, we're moving the ball. Yeah, we had a turnover, and we're down 28-6.
Yeah.
That's how explosive we are.
14 minutes, 19 seconds. Manchester has had the football in this first half. The Lions 10 minutes and 35 seconds, and the Lions lead at 28-6. Coming over is Smith. Smith grabs it on the left-hand side about the 15 to the 20, 25, 30. Spins to the inside, gets it out to the 35-yard line. That'll be a return of 25 yards.
Yeah, they're going to get him all the way up to the 39.
Wow.
Yeah, that's...
So about 29 yards on that return.
So if you're Manchester, you're thinking, can we control it and go down and score before half? And clearly, we don't have to score, but we just want to stop them, get to halftime, and be up 22. So each team has their own little strategy here.
Hammond, Tucker, Rutherford, and Brophy along that front line for the Lions. Owen, Schlensker, and Wright along the linebacker crew. Owens, Price, Donnerworth, and Starks are the secondary here this afternoon. Austin Price did not play 2 weeks ago, but he does not look worse for wear after getting actually 3 weeks off with that ankle injury. Handoff Smith around the left-hand side, cuts it outside the 45, and hopping on his back and bringing him down was Jacob Ferguson at the 47.
Smith's a good back, Dave. He's got good vision. He didn't see anything where he was supposed to go, and he bounced it outside. He does a nice job. He's a good running back.
He is for North Central High School in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Yeah.
There's a North Central High School in Northwest Ohio.
Oh, okay.
They don't have football. 4:24 left to go. Dropping back on 2nd and 2 is James, throws out into the flat, and it is complete to DJ Bellman. Bellman, the sophomore, grabbed the ball inside Mount territory at the 47, and he's got a first down.
Yeah, he kind of just broke out there, sat down, and really nobody around him, and picks up a first down.
That's his first catch of the day. Tell you who should be a sponsor for today's action. Hall's Throat Lozenges.
You've been on those for a day or two now,
I have
you?
been. 1st and 10, ball at the 47-yard line. James Handoff goes to Smith around the right side. Slows down, now speeds up inside the 40. Down to the Mounts 37-yard line. He's got close to a first down after a 10-yard gain.
Yeah, he's good runner. I mean, just hitting the hole and bouncing around and good vision. A flag.
12 carries, 54 yards. Chuck, that was a late flag.
Way late. I think it might be on Deshaun. Manchester's high-fiving.
But the whole skirmish had been done when the official came in and decided to throw the flag.
And they may have baited him.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 26 on the defense. 15 yards we added to the end of the run. First down.
That's Nick Stevenson.
Yeah, okay, so he was in there too, and now Coach Thompson, they're not happy with him. Just give him a free 15 yards. That just can't happen. But I think that Manchester, they baited him a little bit, and he went for the bait.
22-yard line is where they'll take it down to. 1st and 10. I don't know, that thing came in way late.
The play was over 15 seconds, and all of a sudden it came out. So he must have said something that the official didn't like.
Going out wide to the left is Moss Jr. Moss lines up in a slot position. Cam Hall is slot left. Handoff Smith right up the middle to the 20, to the 15, down to the 13, and he'll get it down to inside the 12-yard line. And that's going to be another first down after a gain of 11. And Smith right now has got 64 yards and building.
Man, those holes are huge.
And that is enough for Manchester Spartans.
Lions just are not plugging the holes, and the linebackers are not getting the opportunity to come up and make any tackles. James, the quarterback. Now Love is back into the backfield for Manchester as Smith leaves. Handoff Love off the right side. He's going to be hit at the 10, dropped right there. Tackle. Great tackle made by Brady Bowler out of Elder High School. Boy, they had a nice game the other night, didn't they? Elder and Moeller.
Oh, yeah, Moeller beat them pretty bad.
Yeah.
Started out like both teams scored, and then all of a sudden, I think Elder had some turnovers, and Moeller took it to him pretty good.
2:35 remaining in this first half. Now Smith comes back into the ball game. Also back in Cam Hall, the sophomore receiver, goes out slot left, trips out to the left-hand side. They've got an unbalanced line now in the offensive line. James, great protection, throws into the end zone, sideline handed off, sidewinder, and he threw it right in the end zone for a touchdown. And that's going to be Dury Moss. Dury Moss Jr.
Yeah, really nice play there. He, again, great protection. Broke out of there. You can't cover forever. And a nice, kind of threw it sidearm. And it just looks like they're going to kick it this time.
Yep, now they will.
They're not going to chase that point yet.
Now they will bring in their kicker, Matthew Mason. Mason, kick is up, and it is good. We're going to keep it right here. 2:11 left to go in this first half. It is 28-13 in an offensive shootout so far here in Manchester.
Yeah, if I'm Caleb right now, I'm thinking, okay, 2:11, I want to score, but the main thing is I don't want to give Manchester the ball back with the win in the second quarter. So I'd be happy going in with a 15-point lead, knowing you're getting the ball coming out. And I know it's the old you want to score and get it coming out, but I just, we don't want to throw 3 incomplete passes then all of a sudden, because they're moving the ball on us, really pretty easy.
They really are.
So I would be very, very careful. Give it to Cornell. Do a couple of safe plays. If you bust, kind of like the week against Hope at the end of the half, that one, I think it was Hope, maybe Baldwin Wallace. One of the games we said, hey, let's play it safe. I think it was Baldwin Wallace.
Right now, the Mount has 268 yards in total offense, Chuck. Manchester, 177. The difference, the amount of plays that it's taken each team to get there. Manchester, 36 to the Mount's 22.
Plus the penalty yards. I don't think they have a penalty yet. Now we got a bunch.
Yep, absolutely. 6 for 58 for the Mount. No penalties for them.
Yep.
Mason will kick it off from left to right. Coming in is Hunley. Hunley gets it in at the 8 to the 10. cuts it to the far side, 15-20, 25-30, takes it out to the 40, and finally tackled from behind outside the 40 to the 42, maybe 43-yard line. They'll spot him at the 43.
Yeah, it's good enough field position to go, but like I said, you want to make sure you don't give it back to him. Now, if your defense was playing really well, you could do it, but you don't want to. All of a sudden, it's 28-20 at half. You don't want that.
And remember, the Lions have 3 timeouts left.
Yeah, they got plenty of time. They got timeouts. Let's see what Caleb has in store.
Porter, who's been relatively quiet in this game, comes out wide to the left. Ayler and Newton out wide right. Handoff goes right up the middle to Cornell Beat to Mariano McKenzie. McKenzie to the 40 inside of Manchester territory, inside the 40 down to the 35-yard line.
I love the call. And again, no reason to hurry up here. You got 3 timeouts in a minute 55. There's no rush, guys. Plenty of time.
23 yards. Ball, a minute 52 left to go in the first half. Fake handoff. Now McKenzie has it around the left-hand side inside the 30. Dives forward
to
the 27.
Keep doing that. It's not a problem. You got a minute 40 and 3 timeouts.
Now McKenzie out of the ball game. A couple of nice runs by Mo. Minute and a half to go in the half.
Yeah. I like it. Sorry, Dave. I like it. Now we're kind of taking our time a little bit like, hey, there's no rush. 3 timeouts.
Hunley's out wide to the right-hand side. Newton, slot right. Now Newton's going to move in motion to the near side. Taking the snap is Taylor. Steps up in the pocket. Throws over the middle, complete to Hunley at the 13, knocked down at the 10. Well, I'll tell you, that is dangerously close there, Chuck, on a shoulder-to-helmet.
Yeah, I saw the same thing, Dave. I was like, are we going to get okay, who's going to... Manchester going to use their last timeout.
Manchester uses their timeout. I mean, if you can get a chance to see that on the replay, he came in, the defender came in, which it appeared to be coming in and making that hit by by Jalen Grimes. And Grimes, it appeared to come in, led with his shoulder, but he made comment on the helmet.
Yeah, but the replay looks like the way you're describing it. We just can't seem to get a call yet.
No. I mean, that is dangerously close to targeting. I know they're trying to get, the NCAA wants there to be just a little leeway on that, but
it definitely was. They showed it again. 43. It definitely was.
Came right in and hit him on the right side of the helmet after he made that catch and knocked him to the ground. But
no call.
No call. Lions will have it 1st and 10 at the 10.
I guess if this was a televised Division I game, they'd probably, even though they didn't call a penalty, they'd probably look at it and say, hey, guys, we got to call that and probably be out the second half or something. That was definitely illegal.
Wait, aren't we on TV?
I don't think they're using their the TV to help them with calls.
Interesting. 1:05 to go in this first half. Taylor with Beecham to the right of him out of the pistol. Fake handoff, throws the fade into the end zone to Porter, goes up, caught it, touchdown!
Now there's a flag.
It's going to be on...
offensive interference.
Oh, my goodness. Holy cow, they're going to call a push-off on Porter. What a terrible call.
Oh, my God.
He was being held for 5 yards, folks. He was being ridden by a thoroughbred in the Kentucky Derby for 5 yards. He goes up, catches the ball, comes down in the end zone with a score, and they call him for the push-off.
Yeah, that's all hand fighting on, but there's nothing there. I'm telling you,
that is a terrible call.
I expected this in New York. I didn't really expect it in an HCAC game. It shouldn't matter whether you're on the road or at home.
So takes the touchdown off the board, marks it back to the 25-yard line, 1st and goal for the Lions. 59.8 seconds to go in the half. Taylor with McKenzie in the backfield. Ayler is going to throw the pass up the field. Off the pass, he throws it into the end zone to Newton, and it is incomplete. Newton got grabbed and knocked to the ground in the end zone too, Chuck, and no call.
Yeah, and actually there was 2 guys open on that play. I didn't know if he was going to go to him or to Brock, I think, was out there. No, that was...
it looked like it was Ayler throwing it. I think you're right, it was Brock.
Yeah, and he could have thrown to either guy.
Second down goal to go.
And with the wind the way it is, Kyle's not making a 40-something yard field goal, so they got to get closer. And
Pollard is out now, wide right. Newton slot left. Porter wide left. Powell the tight end, handoff to Beecham, right up the middle. He's going to be stopped at the 25, right there, and brought down. Tackle on the play made by the middle linebacker Steve Mendez.
They could choose to use the timeout here, but I think they're. What are they doing here?
We've got 3 timeouts left.
I've seen this movie before. What are we doing?
Letting the clock run down.
I'm totally baffled again.
We get the ball to start the second half. 19 seconds. We've got to snap it or take a timeout. They're going to run it all the way down. There's 7 on the play clock, 11 on the game clock. And now the Lions will take a timeout.
Again, I know, you know the way I feel. I don't want them getting the ball back, but my God, you know, they have no timeouts. We have 3. Why? Boy, I'm just baffled.
9.4 seconds to go. Lions use one of their 3 timeouts.
Yeah, I'm just going to say it's just very, very bad clock management. We'll just leave it at that.
The coaches continue to go back to the Hanover game a couple of years ago where Beecham coughed up the football and Hanover ran it back.
I mean, that
for a
could
long
happen
touchdown.
at any time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just. Oh, I don't understand.
Yeah, it does get confusing, and
I think we got a great coaching staff, but you know, I just really disagree with the way they managed the end of the half against, I believe it was, Hope or Baldwin, one of them teams. I think it was Baldwin Wallace, and
I mean, you get an opportunity here, Chuck, to bury a team going in at halftime and then get the ball back to start the second half. And let's see, Lions lining up in the pistol. Mariano McKenzie to the left of Taylor. There's 9.4 seconds to go in the first half. Lions lead it 28-13. Taylor takes a snap, throws it into the corner of the end zone to Austin Brock, and he is out of bounds. Incomplete. Or was that Caden Pollard? Looked like Pollard, I'm sorry. Pollard, number 8, with that catch. But he was out of bounds. 1.8 seconds to go.
And they're going to do the same thing. They can't kick a field goal. They could have attempted to get 10, 15 yards for a shorter field goal. I'm just really baffled.
Hundley back into the lineup. Zane Dine will leave. Porter out wide right. Newton slot right. Powell the tight end right off the line. McKenzie in at running back. Hundley to the left. Taylor fake handoff. Drops back. Rolls out to the left looking for Hundley. Throws it into the end zone. He's got a receiver. It's intercepted at the goal line. Intercepted on the play by Manchester. And it is run out of bounds by Haley Smith. And that'll end it for the first half of action.
A little bit of words here. Josh is upset, I guess, with some.
Yeah, Nate Jensen is really getting into the grill of Josh Taylor as they come off the sideline. So the officials, who have not done a very good job in this first half, they have missed some calls, and now there seems to be a lot of chirping.
They took a touchdown off the board for us. Let's call a spade, and
Well, as we go in at halftime, your score, it's now the Mount 28, Manchester 13. I'm Dave Mitchell with Chuck Murray. Stick around for our halftime guest, Jennifer Garrison, the band director here at Mount St. Joseph University. Your score at halftime, the Mount 28 and Manchester 13 here on the Mount St. Joseph Radio Network.
Action. Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool. Not in my house, not anywhere.
Words have consequences, so we're accountable for the things that we say, and words have meaning. And so we have to be careful with the things that we say and be sensitive to others. And so hopefully we can get that across.
For someone like Grant Hill to say, and I believe it's wrong, and I want you to stop doing it, I think is very powerful.
It's not creative. It's offensive to gay people.
and you're better than that.
When it comes to homophobic in the sports world, it's come a long way, and I think that people are realizing that you have to respect one another.
Sizes over 22 different NCAA Division III men's and women's athletic teams, an esports team, a vibrant arts and theater program, and dozens of student clubs and campus activities, you'll be sure to find your place at the Mount. Discover your potential. Discover the Mount. Visit our website at msj.edu/admissions.
In the game of life, it's not how far you can throw the ball.
It's not how high you can fly.
It's not how fast you can run. Or how many touchdowns you can score that matters. It's really how you play the game that counts.
Because the game only lasts 4 quarters. For a few years. For that moment in time.
Good sportsmanship. Sportsmanship.
Sportsmanship. Sportsmanship.
Lasts a lifetime.
We are back in Manchester this afternoon. We're at halftime of this afternoon's ball game between the Mount and the Manchester Spartans. Chuck Murray and I bringing you play-by-play here this afternoon. And we've wanted to do this for quite a while, and the opportunity has finally arose here in year 6 for us to bring in some professors from the university and talk to them about what their specific departments do inside Mount St. Joseph University. And our first one is going to be the Director of Bands, and her name is Professor Jocelyn Garrison. She's been with the university since November of 2021. So, Professor, you're pretty much coming up on a year anniversary here.
I sure am.
What brought you to the Mount? When you were offered the position, when you applied for the position, what brought you here?
Well, personally, I was looking for a change of pace. I was looking for kind of a different place to exist. I'd never been in Cincinnati before. And when I did my interview process, it felt like everybody I had talked to was an actual human being and not a robot, which sometimes in academia you can kind of come across as needing to kind of fill boxes more so than be your creative self. So when I did my interview, it felt like I was talking to human beings and I was talking to people who respected me as a human being, and so that was my main draw, I think, to the university.
Tell us a little bit about your history and what you've done prior to coming to the Mount.
Prior to the Mount, I worked with Manuel Creative Arts Academy. I was their director of bands there, and I worked at building band programs in middle schools and high schools that didn't necessarily have the ability to have them in school during the day. I also worked at Urbana University, and I was the band director there, and worked with their band program for several years, as well as having my own lesson studio and gigging around the Dayton-Cincinnati area.
Tell us a little bit, Professor Garrison is our guest here this afternoon. Tell us a little bit, Professor, about what your job encompasses as Director of Bands.
Sure. As a director of bands, it is my job to make sure that all of the instrumental ensembles on campus are doing the best they can. So I manage the marching band, the concert band. We recently this year started a rock band called the Joe Lyon Experience. We also have a couple of, like, a historical ensemble called a Bard Corps ensemble. And we're working on a couple of other ensembles that exist too. So it is my job to make sure that they all run smoothly and they're all playing things that are relevant. So our marching band is doing songs that are from like this decade, and has a spread of tunes that are traditional, like Sweet Caroline, but then also touching into like Industry Baby, which was a hot song a year or two ago. So same with concert band. In that ensemble, it's less pop tunes and more making sure that we are raising up our level of musicianship. So this year we're having a clarinetist from the President's Own Marine Band join us for a residency for a week on campus. And he's going to work with our students and perform for our students so they can kind of get the inspiration of what it's like to be a professional musician and understand a little bit better how to take their musicianship to the next level. So it's my job to make sure that all of our ensembles kind of hit all of those notes and are doing their best to make good music at the Mount.
Do you, Professor, actually go out and try to find certain people to fit into your band, or are they all people that are just basically, for lack of a better term, a walk-on?
I do some recruiting, so I do go out to schools, I talk to teachers, I talk to directors, and I connect with specific students. Usually it's more of a general recruitment, and then as I pull in students, kind of draw them to me, then I will start the the recruitment process, but I will seek out students who I think are strong performers and talk to them about the possibility of coming to the Mount and studying music here.
You know, a lot of people look at a band and they say, okay, they're getting ready for the Saturday afternoon pregame, halftime shows. Talk us through a little bit about what you do during the week in order to get prepared for those shows at home.
Yeah. So our marching band right now only rehearses once a week. So usually a few weeks before the game, we've set ourselves on the field. We're figuring out exactly where we're positioned and placing ourselves on the field and then figuring out the music. So usually the students will have 2, maybe 3 rehearsals, and then they're doing the show on the Saturday game. Like for homecoming, we'll have 2 weeks of rehearsal, and then we will go out in the field and do our halftime show. Or we'll have 2 rehearsals and then go out and do a halftime show. So we really pull it together in a short amount of time.
In your dreams, Professor Garrison, what do you envision this band at Mount St. Joseph looking at 2-3 years down the road?
2 or 3 years down the road, I imagine it being just a little bit larger and a little bit more substantial. I think right now we're kind of in a reset period. Every time there's a new director, you kind of have a culture change and a culture shift. So right now, in like 3 or 4 years, my ideal ensemble is still going to be relatively small, but a higher level of musicianship. And I think we're already approaching that level of detail, at least in the musicians that I do have. So I am not dreaming of having a band that's like 900 kids, but I am dreaming of having a band of 35 to 40 kids who are really intent on being here and creating good music. So that's my dream in about 2, maybe 5 years.
Is that a realistic goal for the Mount?
I believe so, yeah.
Professor, one of the first final questions I've got for you, I've got a couple more, but it's always interested me when I sit up in the press box and I watch these bands from all over. And this may be a very elementary question, but I've got to ask it. How do you get a marching band to hit their precise areas when they're going through their marches? How do you do that?
Well, like any athletic group, we run drills. So, for example, last night we were practicing for our upcoming game next week, and we set them on the field, and we say, okay, go back to where you were, run that again, go back to where you were, count to 12, go to do it again. And we give feedback right on the field and have them do it probably 5 or 6 times before it feels solid, and then we'll have them run it with music. That feels good. Then we'll add the next step. So you just take the building blocks, how to get to where you're going. Now add music to that. Now add style to that. Great. Let's go back and do that again. Where are we going? What style do we need to add? What music are we adding to it? And you just take the steps, building block by building block. And a lot of it, too, is relying on my students to be leaders and relying on them to be strong musicians so that they show up and they're ready to learn.
Professor, final question that I've got for you. Take a look at this band right now and tell me just what you envision this thing and not so much envision, but is it everything that you expected coming to the Mount and what you thought it could be?
Well, coming out of COVID, I don't think I really set any expectations. I think every program kind of took a hit during COVID, and especially as kids transition from high school into college, that's going to look a little different for each school, and I think everybody's kind of feeling the burnout of COVID hitting their students. So I don't think I necessarily came in with any set expectations, but we are definitely on our way to being precisely where we need to be.
Well, Professor Garrison, thank you for joining us here at halftime.
Thank you for having me.
And our guest this afternoon has been Jocelyn Garrison, Professor Garrison of the Arts and Humanities Department, who leads the Department of Band. And we want to thank her for being our guest here this afternoon on the halftime show from Manchester. We are at halftime. Chuck Murray and I will be back to take a look at the stat story for this afternoon's ball game from North Lawrence, Indiana, when we return right after this timeout.
Thank you, Wishbone Tavern, for your support of Mount St. Joseph University football on Z98. Wishbone Tavern, 5251 Delhi Pike, and wishbonetavern.com.
When I needed to renew my teaching license, Mount St. Joseph University offered the only program in Ohio that allowed me to combine 2 education endorsements to earn a graduate degree fully online. The Mount helped me climb higher. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/Ohio.
Thank you, Delhi Skyline Chili, for your support of Mount St. Joseph University football on Z98. Delhi Skyline, 5137 Delhi Pike, and SkylineChili.com.
And welcome back to Manchester. I'm Dave Mitchell with Chuck Murray. The Lions right now are on top of it by a score of 28-13, and they have done it basically by having big plays in the ball game. And Manchester has stayed into this thing by dominating the time of possession. Chuck, I hate to get into the officiating, especially this early into the season, but this has not been one that they will put in the highlight film for the Heartland.
I just was taking a bathroom break, and I saw Omar. We talked for a second. They're just hand fighting. I mean, it's just there's no advantage one way or the other, and these guys, for whatever reason, decided to call that, and I think penalty-wise, if I'm not mistaken, they have not had a flag against them, and we've had a bunch. So, not that you have to be even. I get all that, but it does look a little bad when one team's getting penalized a ton and the other hasn't been penalized at all.
Mount has been penalized 7 times, Chuck, for 73 yards in this game. Meanwhile, Manchester does not have a flag thrown against them.
Yeah, so you're going to tell me in 30 minutes of football, Manchester has not committed one infraction. Not buying it.
Time of possession, well, that's being dominated by Manchester, even though they're down by 15 on the scoreboard. They have controlled the ball 17 minutes, 14 seconds, while the Lions have held onto the football for 12 minutes and 46 seconds of the game. And the Lions, really, everything has been done on big plays.
Yeah, we're doing great on offense other than the last series, which I'm still confused about. But Manchester's running the ball effectively between the tackles. Their guys bouncing outside and making some nice runs. And we continue to struggle against the run. We couldn't figure out if it was, are we facing great running backs? I think this kid's a good running back, but we just got to do a better job. If not, it's going to go back to another basketball score. We're going to have to outscore them.
Well, they have rushed for 84 yards in the first half on 20 carries, so you don't have to be a math whiz to figure out that that's over 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, and for us, when you told me that number, it's a little surprising. It seems like it would be a lot better than that. So I guess 20 carries, 84 yards for us is doing fairly, it's doing better, but it just seems like they're getting chunks and they're, controlling the ball, and that, touchdown at the end of the half, and then we had a shot and just didn't do anything.
Here's another statistic for you. They've only thrown for 93 yards in the first half. The Lions 143 yards, and the Lions rushed for 172 yards in the first half, Chuck. So when you go down and you look at the total offense, Lions 29 plays, 315 yards in total offense in the first half. While on the other side, Manchester 36 plays, 7 more than the Lions, and only 177 yards.
Yeah, like you said, we're a lot of explosive plays. That's why I go back to the end of the first half. I mean, if you're afraid to throw it, give the ball to Cornell or to Mo, and we're getting just gaping, holes and big runs all the time. You might run it in from the 25. So anyway,
Lions went up 13-0 in the first quarter. They led it at the end of the first quarter, 14-0. And in the second quarter of action, Manchester came back and scored 13 points of their own, but the Lions held in there and scored 14 of theirs. That's where we are at, a 28-13 lead for Mount St. Joseph. Here, we're about 6 minutes away from the opening of the second half. I'm Dave Mitchell with Chuck Murray, and we'll be back with more after this.
You want to advance your career through education, but you have a busy family and work schedule. Mount St. Joseph can help. The Mounts School of Business offers an MBA program on Saturday mornings, where you can earn your master's degree in 2 years. Courses are led by faculty who are experts in their areas and taken one at a time, and the GMAT is not required for admission. Classes every Saturday can make a huge difference in your life and your career. Learn more about the Saturday MBA program. Visit msj.edu/MBA.
Thank you, Delhi Barbers, for your support of Mount St. Joseph University football on Z98. Delhi Barbers, 402 Greenwell Avenue, and DelhiBarbers.com.
And we're right back here at Manchester. It raises, as we were talking offline, Chuck, I want to bring this up to you. Realistically, the Lions have their choice of what they want to do in the second half. They've got the football if they want it, or they could take the win. They don't have to take the football.
Yeah, typically 99% of the time you're going to take the football and let Manchester decide, and I think I would do that. Now, we hope that Manchester takes the win in the third, so we'll have it in the fourth. But, they may say, hey, can we hang in within a couple touchdowns and then have the win in the fourth quarter? As a coach, that's a tough decision. I know if I was ahead, I would definitely want it in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and I mean, so they could literally give up the football to start the second half and take the win
in the fourth quarter. Yeah, so that's not going to happen. We're going to take the football, but it'll be interesting to see what Manchester does.
I want to take a look at the individual stats in this ball game, and they have been something else. Josh Taylor, has completed 7 of 10 passes, 1 interception for 143 yards in the ball game, and for the Lions, rushing-wise, Cornell Beecham, 10 carries. He's got 104 yards, 104 here in the first half. Mariano McKenzie, 3 carries for 35 yards, and Josh Taylor, 5 carries for 39 yards. The Lions receiving corps, Cornell Beecham and Joey Newton each have caught 2 passes for a combined total of 88 yards. Porter, Hunley, and Dine have each caught 1 in the ball game. That's what it looks like for the Lions here in this first half of action. For Manchester, let's take a look at their individual stats. Eric James, 10 of 16 passing, 1 interception for 93 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He has thrown the ball mainly to Dury Moss, Jr. Moss has got 3 receptions, and Powell has 2. Hall has 2. Leisure, who came in as their leading receiver, has caught 1 pass for 9 yards. Abagam has caught 1 pass, and so has Smith out of the backfield. Smith, 65 yards in the ball game on 13 carries, and Love, 6 carries for 10 yards in the first half of action. And when you look at the scoreboard, it is 28-13. The Mount up by 15 in the ball game, and I know Chuck is furiously looking to see if he can get some scores out of the Heartland Conference. Anything that you've found yet?
Well, the first score I got is Franklin leading Bluffton 27-14 at the half, and I'm going to try to find these other 2 as I can. The reception up here is not great, but we're going to work on it.
And we'll do that. And we'll also tell you that right now in Division I college football, here's what's happening around the nation. The nation. Michigan is leading Iowa 20-7. It is TCU blowing out Oklahoma 48-17. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter of action. Boy, oh boy. TCU.
And I think that's in Norman, isn't it?
It's no, it's in TCU.
Okay, it's in TCU. Okay.
Purdue and Minnesota tied up at 10 apiece. Minnesota, 21st ranked team in the country. They're in the fourth quarter. Texas Tech losing by 10 to Kansas State 30-20. It is Mississippi upsetting Kentucky 22-19. They're in the fourth quarter, 2:50 remaining. And Oregon State is losing to Utah 21-7 with 11 minutes left to go in the second quarter of action. Later on today, Arkansas will be they'll be hosting, I should say, Alabama this afternoon.
Another score we have, Rose Holman leads Anderson at the half 24-0. And we'll try to get you another score on the Defiance game.
And we'll have that for you when we come back right after this timeout. Your score at halftime, it's the Mount 28 and Manchester 13 on the Mount St. Joseph Radio Network.
Thank you, Cincinnati Open Box Outlet, for your support of Mount St. Joseph University football on Z98. Cincinnati Open Box Outlet, 6252 Glenway Avenue, openboxoutlet.com.
Take your game to new heights at Mount St. Joseph University. With 23 athletic teams and cutting-edge facilities, we are the NCAA Division III university in Greater Cincinnati. Learn more at msjlions.com.
Thank you, Delhi Barbers, for your support of Mount St. Joseph University football on Z98. Delhi Barbers, 402 Greenwell Avenue, and DelhiBarbers.com.
And you are listening to Mount St. Joseph Sports here on WDTZ FM 98.1 and UltimateSportsTalk.com here in Cincinnati. 28-13, your score here at halftime. Lions leading it by 15 points here in this as we enter the second half of action. We are all assuming that the Lions will take the football to open the second half, but it's one of those great mysteries, Chuck, that you just never know.
Yeah, and that other score we promised you, a little surprising, Hanover and Defiance at Defiance are tied 14 all at the half. Yeah, so the clock just ran out. We'll get a little signal here. We'll see which side's going where, but we're going to take the ball for sure. It's just a matter of where we're going to go. It looks like we're huddling on that side, so Manchester may give us the win in the third, which would give them the win in the fourth.
Chuck, we're on top of the press box here at Manchester. It's a great venue to be doing the ball game from. Thought it'd be a little hairy, and I was very, very happy with it up until just a few seconds ago, and I smelled something burning.
Yeah, it's hard to tell what that is, but I can tell you, I'm glad we're not in the bleachers like we were in Alfred. This is working out okay.
I agree with you, but the only thing that scares me is when you're 60 feet in the air and there's fire below. That doesn't look good.
Yeah.
I tend to look like a roasted pig on a pit.
Okay, Defiance is going to give us the win in the third quarter, so we got to take advantage of it. It's a gutsy play on their part, but they figure if they somehow can, the fourth quarter is always longer because typically you use your timeouts and everything. So interesting call by them. I really thought they would take the win, so we got to take advantage of it.
So as we head into the third quarter of play, the Lions will be going from left to right across your computer screen. Beecham is back set to return for the Lions. And also back is Cam York. York has been virtually non-existent in the passing game today.
Yeah, really. In fact, I think right now we're way too deep. This ball's going to probably go to about the 15.
Well, they're moving it up. They're moving themselves up.
Yeah.
Now, Mason will kick it off for Manchester.
Alive for an onside kick now.
It's a low line drive kick that Cam York is going to let go out of bounds.
Yep. So good field position for us, but they probably figured instead of kicking it to Cornell or something, we'll just give it to them on the 35.
So that's what they'll do. Lions will get the ball. 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Josh Taylor and the stat crew.
Yeah, Josh had an interception at the end of the half, but that was kind of like he just had to force it in there. He knew it was the last play of the half. Now, I don't know what the officials are talking about. I mean, put the ball in the 35 and let's go. Or is he going to ask if maybe he's asking Coach Hopperton if he wants them to re-kick?
Well, I think, and Hop says, yep, we're
good on the 35.
Yeah.
Kick out of bounds. Kicking team. Ball was placed on the 35-yard line. First down.
Well, Dave,
they
got their first penalty.
Yeah.
They had to call that one, though.
The officials put the cart before the horse there. They spotted off the penalty, then went to ask Hop if he wanted it. So Taylor will be the quarterback again this afternoon in the second half, of course. He takes the snap, throws it out into the flat, complete to Beecham. Beecham gets a block to the 40, 45, 50, straight arms a man, gets it inside Manchester territory at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, we're hoping to have a big enough lead that the win in the fourth quarter isn't going to matter. But if it's a two-score game like it is now, it could be interesting.
18 yards on the carry. Lions leading it by 15 as we open the second half of action. Boy, just a brilliant day. Not a cloud in sight in northern Indiana. 1st and 10 for the Lions at the 47-yard line in Manchester territory. Receivers out wide on both sides. Now Beecham moves out of the backfield. Dropping back to pass is Taylor. Now cuts it up the middle on the run across the 45 inside the 40. He's brought down near the 38-yard line. He's going to be about a yard shy of a first down after a 9-yard pickup.
Yeah, another good decision by Josh there. Tuck it and run, get a positive gain, second and short.
Ball resting right at the 39. That's where they'll mark it. Hundley is out wide to the right. Brock slot right. Second down, 2 yards to go for the Lions. Beecham gets the handoff off the left tackle. Got the first down to the 35-30. Spins inside and gets knocked down at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, really nice piece of running there. Made him miss.
11-yard gain.
Yeah, we've been pretty much able to, whatever in the running game, we've been able to pretty much do what we want.
Number 96, Chris Walton.
28-13. Lions lead it by 15. First and 10 at the 28 of Manchester. Taylor looks to his right. He's got a receiver. That's Austin Brock at the 23-yard line. Gain of 5 on the reception, his first of the year.
Yeah, they're going to give him forward progress to the 22, so second and about 4, I guess.
Yep. Be a long 4 for the Lions. Porter wide left. Boy, Josh has done a nice job of spreading the wealth here this afternoon. That is the 6th receiver that he has used. None of them have been a tight end yet. No tight end set for the Lions. 2 receivers out wide on each side. Fake handoff to McKenzie. Throws out into the flat, complete near the sideline to Austin Brock at the 17-yard line, and he's got the first down after a gain of 5.
Yeah, nice catch. If he throws it a little bit more closer to him, maybe he could have caught and ran a few more yards, but we picked up the first down.
First and 10, ball at the 17 of Manchester. Lions doing just what they wanted to do. Take this opening kickoff and take it down the field. Started at their own 35-yard line. McKenzie shifts from the right to the left of Taylor in the backfield. Brock moves in motion to the far side. Dropping back Taylor. Taylor now rolls out of the pocket to his left.
He's wide
throws
open.
it into the end zone. He's got an open man wide open in the end zone. Joey Newton. Touchdown, the Lions.
Yeah, he broke out of there. He broke free, wide open in the back of the end zone. Josh spotted him, made a nice throw. Actually, pretty easy touchdown there.
Lions lead it now by 21, 34-13. Boy, nice run. Nice pass. Farfsing will come in to attempt the extra point. .12:08 to go, and Farfsing puts it up and through. 12:08 to go in this third quarter of play. Your score now, the Mount 35, Manchester 13 on the Mount St. Joseph Radio Network.
For more than a century, Mount St. Joseph University has prepared nursing leaders who serve their patients with the heart of a lion. With flexible undergraduate and graduate programs, the Mount will help you climb higher. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/nursing.
Thank you, Wishbone Tavern, for your support of Mount St. Joseph University football on Z98. Wishbone Tavern, 5251 Delhi Pike, and wishbonetavern.com.
Hey Mount alumni, we have some great news for you. The Mount is now offering alumni a new 10% discount on the Master of Science and Organizational Leadership program starting in January. Earn your master's degree with a flexible virtual format in just 20 months at a 10% discounted rate. Sign up now at msj.edu/apply.
12:08 left to go in this third quarter of play from Manchester. 35-13. Lions lead it by 22. Farfsing, the ball blew off the tee, so he'll have to reset it.
Might have to have somebody hold it for him, yeah, it looks like.
And he will.
That's Kendrick Riley holding for him.
Riley will be the holder. Normally they give you a couple of opportunities.
Yeah, I think they usually give you 2, but hopefully he can kick it in the end zone.
Farfsing with the wind to his back. Deep kickoff. Smith is going to take it in at his 5. Backpedaling to the 10, right up the middle, 15, 20. He's going to be hit at the 24 and driven back. So that's where Manchester will start. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Anytime you hold them inside the 25, because you can fair catch it and take it at the 25, so that's a win for the special teams there.
Number 1, David Smith on the return. He's brought down by
Smith will stay in at running back behind his quarterback, Eric James. James was 10 of 16 passing, 1 interception, 93 yards in that first half, 2 touchdown passes.
Yeah, he was pretty accurate, and I like Smith at the running back. He did a nice job, too.
They're a little more impressive offensively than I thought they would be.
Yeah.
12 minutes to go in the third quarter. James, the quarterback, has Smith to the right of him, out of the pistol. Now they move Moss in motion. Handoff up the middle to Smith. Big hole across the 30, and he's taken down right there at about the 31-yard line. Gain of 7. Boy, he had a big hole that just opened up, but the Lions closed it quickly.
Yeah, good gain, though, about 7.
Price came up from his safety position and shut that thing down.
Like you mentioned earlier, their O-line's big, and they're doing a good job up front.
They really are. 11:32 left to go. And James, handoff. Smith got hit behind the line, spun away from a tackle, then got hit at the 28 and dropped at the 28-yard line.
Well, he spun around. He made a bunch of guys miss, and finally Austin Price came up and said, no more.
That offensive line for Manchester, across that offensive line, Austin Ellis at left tackle is 270, Jacob Pills is 335, Wayne Vaughn is 300 the center, Connor Hindeman is 275 at right guard, and the right tackle is Leon Williams, who is 325 pounds. They are big boys.
They are big play. I expect him to throw at this play. Yep.
Dropping back, James, he's going to throw the lob up the field, and it is going to be through the hands and incomplete of the intended receiver, LeVar Leisure. And he took a shot after that ball went out of his hands.
Yeah, they're complaining, but, I say at some point it's football,
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't two-hand tag, so I got to believe they're going to punt.
And it'll be 3rd down.
Pass interference.
Oh.
Defense.
Oh, my.
Wow. I'm at a loss for words, Dave. I really am.
Wow.
That's awful. I don't know any other way to say it.
I mean, we're Mount St. Joseph announcers. I get that. I understand
right.
it. But this is...
it's becoming
ridiculous to the sublime.
It really is.
Yeah. I mean, there was not much going on there that warranted a penalty call.
He just threw the ball up for grabs.
Right.
Oh, boy.
So it's 1st down and 10 out to the 40-yard line. Manchester still in their own possession. In their own field. Smith
battled him up that
jukes
time.
Around a couple of times and then is taken down by Anthony Wright right at the line of scrimmage.
This is one of them games where whenever there's something maybe even remotely, you're looking around for a flag because you're scared out of your mind like, oh, now what?
Yep.
Gain on the play, 2nd down, 10.
2nd down, 10 yards to go. Ball at the 40 in Manchester territory. Lions with that secondary of Price and Donnerworth. Owens at one corner. Starks at the other corner. Hammond is showing some signs of blitz from the right side. Fake handoff. Good. And the pass is batted down right at the line of scrimmage from James. Looked like Anthony Wright got in there. He's the one that batted it down.
Yeah, he's almost. He threw it so low it basically almost hit him in the chest, and he almost thinking, God, I could have intercepted that.
He's saying that same thing right now to Austin Price.
Yeah, like I think I could have had that.
Should have had that. 9:59 left to go. Oh, Cornell Beecham is
on defense.
On defense right now. He's in a linebacker position.
Think he's blitzing?
He looks like it. Here he comes. Dropping back James. James is going to get hit as he throws, and it's complete inside the 40 at the 38-yard line to Joe Powell.
That was a great throw and catch. I mean, he had a small window. You got to tip your hat to him there. He's been pretty doggone accurate today. That was really a nice throw and catch.
23 yards.
Yeah, you tip your hat on that one.
Powell, nice catch. Smith out of the ball game. I was watching Adams James, as he was throwing the ball. He got hit as he threw, and I was waiting for a flag to be thrown, but nothing happened. James with Smith to the right of him. Handoff Smith. Cuts to the left. He's going to be hit and dropped right there by Owens and Hammond.
Yeah, we're bottling them up pretty good now.
And Schlensker.
And the way the score is and everything, I believe this would be 4-down territory. They're inside our 40. Somebody's hurt, Dave.
Smith is either that or these two guys have got their face masks.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah, you're right.
Their face masks were intertwined with each other.
See that every once in a while.
Yeah, Hammond and Smith.
I guess they got to come out, or?
No.
No, that's just a high school thing, I guess.
Well, that's even crazy.
Yeah. Okay, he's still in there.
Yeah. That's one penalty I'll never understand.
Yeah, you just,
put your helmet back on.
Right, exactly.
Hey, they do it in baseball all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a high school thing then.
35-13. Smith to the right of Adams. 2nd down 10 at the Lions' 37-yard line. Adams moves Moss in motion. Handoff on the sweep. It goes to Smith. He's going to be bottled up and hit right away at the line of scrimmage near the sideline.
Yeah, the way they're calling this, they're calling the 2 runs. They know they basically told the offensive coordinator, you got 4 downs here.
Smith has been bottled up a little bit here in the second half.
Yeah, we're doing a lot better job against the run.
17 carries, 72 yards. Smith stays in the ball game. 3rd down. And 10 yards to go for the Lions. For Manchester at the Lions' 37-yard line. Adams. James drops back. Throws it over the middle, and it is going to be intercepted by Price. Price at the 3. Cuts into the 5, broke a tackle. Cuts into the far side, and he's going to be brought down outside the 15 to the 18-yard line.
Yeah, Austin was just playing center field. He just threw it up, and he was hoping his guy could run under it, and very easy interception, and we stop him. So
I'm examining the field, and there are no flags.
Yeah, that's you got to always hold your breath on a day like today.
Please just get on the field offense and run a play.
Yeah.
McKenzie, check that. Beecham is in at running back for the Lions. Pollard and Brock out wide to the right. Quarter wide left. Taylor looking things over, 7:49 to go in the 3rd. Throws out into the flat. Complete to Powell, and Powell has the pass. Caught it for his 2nd pass reception of the year out to the 24-yard line.
About a 5-yard gain, something like that.
Gary Powell from Amersville, Western Brown High School. They got kind of a good little quarterback out there at Western Brown.
They do.
Yeah. 7:24 and running. 2nd down, 6 yards to go from the 24. Handoff off the left side, Beecham.
There he
Beecham
goes.
To the 40, breaks the tackle, 45, couldn't get away from the outstretched arms of yonder Victoriano, and he was brought down at the 49-yard line.
Coach Coral's doing a great job calling plays, but I can tell you, boy, it'd be hard not to give it to that guy almost every time. He's just so good.
Yep, for Beecham right now, he has got 12 carries, 120 yards.
Yeah, so he's got 10 yards a carry. That's pretty good.
Not too bad.
Yeah, pretty good.
That'll get you an NFL tryout. Trip receivers out to the left-hand side. Pollard comes out to the right side. Brock moves in motion out from the left to the right. Dropping back Taylor. Throws it out to Brock, wide open to the 40, 35-30, and he's finally run out of bounds inside the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, nice wide open, nice catch and run.
Josu Castro coming up from his free safety position to knock Brock out of bounds. Boy, he was wide open. Great play development there.
Yeah, really nice block there.
And Taylor looked for the snap, and everybody moved on the defensive line for Manchester. Colin Kander then moved from his left tackle position. And we may have our 2nd flag of the afternoon against Manchester.
They did. Wow.
Let's see.
Offside. Defense.
Okay.
99, 5-yard
so it will be an offside penalty.
Because the first penalty was a kick out of bounds. That you have to call that one.
And 5 at the Spartan 19-yard line.
So it'll be 1st down, 5 yards to go.
Yeah, the playbook's open right here. 1st and 5.
19-yard line of Manchester. Mariano McKenzie into the backfield. Dropping back Taylor. Looks to his left. Throws it out to the left-hand side. Complete to Brock near the 10-yard line. Boy, Austin Brock has come in here and caught 3 passes.
Yeah, Josh looked around, surveyed the field. Brock got open. Manchester was sitting in his zone.
Check that. That's his 4th reception. Leads the team. 44 yards today. 5:48 to go. McKenzie still in the ball game. At running back.
Yeah, sorry. The worst 1st and goal you can have, right on the 10.
Yep.
You need the full 10 yards.
Taylor looks things over. McKenzie to the right of him, out of the pistol. Taylor Drops back, fake handoff. Looks out to the left-hand side, rolls out to his left. Evades a tackler. Inside the 10, puts his shoulder into a defender, and gets knocked out of bounds inside the 10, near the 7.
Josh like a linebacker playing quarterback. Or a fullback playing quarterback. He's not afraid to put his head down and get those extra yards.
Kind of enjoyed that contact,
Yeah,
I think he did.
Yeah.
Yep, you guys been hitting me all day. Let me take a shot.
Second down and goal.
5 minutes to go.
They gave him nothing there.
Nothing?
I guess he stepped out before he did that little dance to get... I thought he got to about the 7.
I did too.
But obviously not.
So he stepped out of bounds near the 10, I guess. Second down goal. Handoff goes to Beecham. Beecham to the 10, to the 5. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds. Turned upside down, basically, at the 4.
On the carry, brought down by number 26, Coachway Castro.
So a gain of 6. Third down, goal to go.
Goal at the 4.
4:35 remaining. Lions will come in with a spread formation now.
I can see him spreading it, giving it to Cornell.
Play clock down to 14. Zane Dine back into the ball game. Jake Ayler into the ball game. Receivers split on both sides. Dropping back, Taylor rolls out to the right. Looks into the end zone. Throws into the end zone. Complete to Pollard. Touchdown.
He thread the needle on that one, Dave.
Pollard
Really
with
good
the
throw.
TD catch. 4:07 to go. And you're right. He threaded the needle.
Boy, he had to.
Yep.
He had to. Because when you roll to the right, now you're cutting the field in half, so it even makes the windows shrink even a little bit more. That was a really nice throw.
41-13. Mount leads it with 4:07 to go in this third quarter. Farfsing in again to attempt the extra point. Pat Murray, the holder, low snap, got it down. Kick is up. Kick is good. Forosa flag down.
Uh-oh.
Thrown by
Kick is good.
the umpire.
And
And now they're going to talk this over and see just what is going on. Wind kicking up again.
Well, both teams are running off, so I got to believe it's against the defense.
As they continue to talk about it. 4:07 to go. Well, I think you're right. They're going to keep the score the same.
Yeah, and maybe we'll get some yards on the kickoff.
Now we'll get the play.
after the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 99 on the defense. 15-yard penalty will assess on the kickoff. That is number 99's first UNS.
That is DJ Doss. Doss, a 5'11", 325-pound junior.
Correction. Unsportsmanlike conduct on number 99. Unnecessary.
Okay, let's
now
try
we're
this
really
again.
confused.
This will go on the YouTube bloopers.
Yep.
Let's talk about this again.
Correction. Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness, number 99. That penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
Okay, I think we got it straightened out.
At the end of the day, it's the same penalty, same yardage.
Yep.
42-13, Lions lead it right now. 4:07 to go here on the Mount St. Joseph Radio Network.
Teaching is my calling. So when I needed to renew my license, I chose Mount St. Joseph University. The Mount offers the only program in the state of Ohio that allows you to combine 2 education endorsements to earn a graduate degree. In less than 2 years, I combined the reading and gifted intervention specialist endorsements. Classes were convenient, fully online, and I received personal attention from my professors. The Mount helped me climb higher in my career. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/Ohio.
Dave Mitchell, Chuck Murray right back here at Manchester Spartan Stadium. Boy, just a nice facility. Lions are going to be kicking it off from midfield because of that personal foul penalty against Doss.
Yeah, and Kendrick Riley's holding it again. They're not even for full. I assume Kyle just kick it out of the end zone here.
So they kick it off from midfield. Farfsing approaches it, low line drive kick, and is going to go through the end zone.
Not maybe the way I thought it would happen, but it happened.
Right.
Still a touchback.
4:07 remaining in this third quarter. Lions on top of it, 42-13.
Well, Dave, so far we've done our job. You know, we're up 28-13. We have the win. We know we have to score and hold them, and That's what we've done. One more stop and a score, they can have the win in the fourth quarter.
That's right. Wind blowing right into the faces currently of the Spartans. James, the quarterback. James today, 11 of 19 for a pair of TDs. Dropping back, James throws it out into the flat.
Oh, that's a hold.
Complete on the play. It goes to Smith, breaks the tackle at the 30, 35, 40. Now a flag comes in from way back in backfield.
That had to be the original hold. I can't see who our corner was. He got mugged.
Took it into Mount territory.
It's got to be a hold.
Out of bounds at the 40, but they're going to call the hold all the way back. Let's see where they're actually going to spot it from. Flag was thrown from one of the back judges.
Yeah. Let's see what we got here. It's got to be holding.
Holding. Offense, number 7. 10 yards, penalty, enforcement the spot of the foul. Remains first down.
That's Cam Hall. Hall, the sophomore. 3:57. And the natives are getting restless here in Manchester.
That was obvious.
Yeah.
That was real. In fact, I thought it occurred way before that, but he pulled him down.
Coming out of the ball game is Cam Hall. Dury Moss Jr. is back into the ball game. No, check that. LeVar Leisure has checked back in. Love is in the backfield now, as Smith had to leave after that long run. Love gets the handoff, fake handoff, thrown out into the flat, knocked away by the Lions, batted it down. That was Newbold, Rayshon Newbold.
Yeah, nice little play fake. We got our arms up, knocked it down, so we like to see that. An incomplete pass stops the clock. Hopefully we can hold and make them punt into the wind.
Be nice if this clock would just continue to run, but Manchester, I think, is going to have to go to the air a lot here.
Yeah. We'll take the clock stoppage in the third quarter, but the fourth quarter we can let it run.
3:36 remaining in this third quarter. Lions are on top of it, 42-13. James, the quarterback, moves a man in motion. Now throws it out into the flat. Complete on the left side to Love. Love gets hit behind the line, struggles forward, gets it across the 25, out near the 30. Another flag is thrown by one of the back judges. Stopped right at the 30-yard line, and Lions are growing a little frustrated right now. And as the officials get together and discuss this penalty, now the referee will address the crowd.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Offense, number 11. 15 yards from the end of the run. Remains second down.
That's Justin Habagon.
Well, now it's starting to even up. I just got a text from athletic director Melanie Wagoner, and the volleyball team won in 4 sets against Earlham to start their conference season off. So big win for the Lions and Coach John Spinney.
Congratulations. Earlham always a tough out.
Yes.
3:22. There is some talk about Earlham bringing the football team back.
Yeah, there's been talk of that, boy. I'll tell you, boy, that's a monumental task.
It would be.
It really would be. Boy, had to play JV a couple of years. Boy, I don't know. That's a tough task.
Well, I'll tell you his little secret here in a minute. Dropping back is James. Now rolls out to the left. James now sets his feet. Throws it into the middle. Almost intercepted by Austin Price again. Missed his intended receiver.
Dave, there's
LeVar
another
Leisure.
flag. It's got to be holding, but I can tell you that we did a nice job. We forced him to roll to his left. That's his weaker side, so nice job by the D-line there. They're looking at our sideline, so do we want to accept it or not here? I would think we'll decline it. Make it 3rd and 20.
Holding. Offense, number 77. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
Austin Ellis, the left tackle. My older son, who owns Ultimate Sports Talk, Greg Mitchell, said a few years ago when he found out that Earlham was dropping the program, he said, and he's got some years of college football coaching experience, he said he would take over that position, but his whole philosophy would be he would just throw everything up against a wall. He would go out and recruit 100 kids a year.
Yeah.
That punt is a shank It's going to hit at about the 30-yard line and roll out near the 39-yard line where it's dropped there after just a 24-yard punt.
Yeah, tough again. This is a howling wind. It's tough. So let's take it in and really blow this wide open.
Yeah, he said that would be his main philosophy. Just go in. He'd recruit 100 kids a year. You'd know that probably 75% of them aren't going to finish the 4 years, but you just keep building that under that building block, and you should get some players in.
Yeah, it would, like I said, probably JV a couple of years. Boy, ask kids to come knowing they're not going to win. That'd be a tough sell.
Well, yeah, it would be. Now,
Tyler
dropping back, Tyler Prather is into the ball game for the first time, and Prather tried to throw a pass over the middle to Pollard, and it was incomplete. Led him too far.
Yeah, he threw it in the ground there a little bit.
Prather has not played this year.
Yeah, it's his first appearance, first pass.
Remember last year, he was getting ready for his first start at Defiance and got hurt.
Yeah.
He had come in and done such a fine job the week before. Fake handoff, Prather over the middle, complete on the play. Across the 30, inside the 30, down near the 25-yard line, Gary Powell, his second catch of the day.
Number 24, Gary Powell on the...
Powell hanging on to that football for dear life. 2:30 left to go.
It's enough for a first down. First down at 10, Lions at the Spartan 25-yard line.
Prather looking things over, dropping back. Now rolls out to the right, throws it into the end zone. He's got a receiver complete, touchdown! And now there's a flag down near the line of scrimmage.
Could be a legal man downfield, maybe. He's saying hold.
Not where that.
Let's see what we got here. We got our heads down.
Yep.
Foley, offense, number 87.
Oh, 87.
87. That is a tight end.
Well, that was a nice throw and a nice catch. He threaded the needle on that. Really good throw by Tyler Prather.
Cooper Jones. Now, all that being said about Greg taking over Irwin, I don't think you can do it now.
I can't, it'd just be tough. We'll just leave it at that. That'd be tough.
And unfortunately, my chair just broke.
Oh, jeez.
I run into more problems with chairs. Anyway, dropping back is Prather. Prather looks over the middle. He's got Pollard over near the left side, inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Nice catch and a run by Pollard. Gains about 5 yards on the play.
Number 8.
Yep, it just came sliding right out of the...
On the reception, he's brought down by number 1, Markel Jackson, number 43.
Don't worry about it, Chuck.
I can fix it.
Chuck has turned into Tim the Toolman Taylor and is going to fix the chair up here. Moving out of motion out near the near side is McKenzie. Prather throws it out in the flat, complete to Cam York. York's got the first down inside the 15. He's going to be run out of bounds at the 10. That's a 14-yard reception and a first down. Cam York on a nice catch and run from Prather.
Boy, it's nice to know if we ever have an injury, knock on wood to Josh, we don't want that. But Tyler, he can come in and really do a nice job. Those are really two back-to-back nice throws.
A minute 20 to go. Fake handoff, Prather throws out to the left side, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, that was a drop.
Tried to go to Noah Harville. Harville, wide receiver, sophomore from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Couldn't pull it in.
Yeah, I think he should have had that one.
Thank you, sir.
It's not fixed.
Oh.
I can kind of maybe, but I would need the tool.
Oh, well, don't worry about it. Minute 14 to go. Third quarter. Prather, handoff McKenzie, off left tackle, inside the 10, down near the 9. Couple of yards on the carry. 42-13 Mount.
McKenzie was brought down by number 21, Marvin Collins.
As we go in under a minute left to go in this third quarter.
Gain of 1 on the play brings up.
It'd be nice to score and kick off with the wind.
Well, they're saying it's third down, goal to go. Dropping back Prather into the end zone, throws it into the end zone, complete on the play. Touchdown, Lions!
Beautiful throw and catch.
See, that is Austin Brock.
Where's that?
Austin Brock.
Yep, you're right.
Brock gets his first touchdown catch of the year.
Yep. Really nice throw. Tyler Prather looks really good.
Yeah, he kind of threw that 3 quarters.
Yeah.
39.1 seconds left. 48-13. Mount leads it now. Hugely. And Murray, high snap, but he got the hold down. Kick is up, and it is good. 39.1 seconds to go in the ballgame. Your score, or excuse me, in the third quarter, excuse me. Your score now, Mount St. Joseph 49 and Manchester 13 on the Mount St. Joseph Radio Network.
The School of Health Sciences at Mount St. Joseph University is a proven leader in healthcare education. The Mount offers bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees in nursing, including a blended online RN to BSN program and the innovative MSN Magellan program. For nearly 100 years, Mount St. Joseph University has produced outstanding healthcare professionals. Learn more at msj.edu/health sciences.
Thank you, Bearcat Storage, for your support of Mount St. Joseph University football on Z98. Bearcat Storage, 2 locations on Delhi Pike, and BearcatStorage.com.
Well, as we head into the final 39.1 seconds left to go in this third quarter, Lions lead it now, 49-13. Tyler Prather looked pretty good on that drive, Chuck.
He sure did, boy. Again, we didn't miss a beat with him in there, and so it's nice to know you got that backup.
Yeah, nice to know he gets some playing time here today.
Yeah.
That kick by Farfson goes into the end zone, and it will come out to the 25.
Well, I asked if we could score and he could kick off with the win, and it worked out pretty good.
Absolutely. Lions come out on defense, and they've got pretty much wholesale substitutions across the front side. Try to catch you up with those. Brady Buller in, David Lewis, Jordan Moore, Rayshawn Newbolt in at the right defensive end slot. Linebackers, they've got Bowling into the ball game, Ferguson and Stevenson. Handoff up the middle to Smith. Gets it across the 25 out to the 26. And check that. That is Johia and Serena Smith. And Serena Smith, he's number 26, carries that ball for a couple of yards, 2nd and 8. Clock under 10 seconds left to go in the third. And new quarterback into the ball game also, and that pass is incomplete.
Little surprised they ran a play there. Now it's 3rd down. If they throw a quick incomplete pass, they're going to have to punt into the wind again. I thought they'd let it run out.
And into the quarterback now is Trevor O'Brien II. O'Brien from Vero Beach, Florida.
Oh, wow.
Well, he came all the way up north to play D3 football. Of course, you know the reason why.
They don't have any D3 in Florida.
They have no D3 in Florida. That's why we get so many players out of Georgia and Tennessee.
Yeah.
6.1 seconds to go. Besides, who wants to play in a hurricane? Dropping back Lewis.
Get an incomplete pass.
Throws over the middle, and it's complete on the play. Nice throw, nice catch to Leisure at midfield, and he'll take it into Mount territory and be down near the 45-yard line. Nice play and catch. 18 yards on the reception. A first down, but most importantly, we head into the 4th and final quarter of play from Manchester. Your score, Mount St. Joseph 49, Manchester 13 on the Mount St. Joseph Radio Network.
Thank you, Delhi Liquor Store, for your support of Mount St. Joseph University football on Z98. Delhi Liquor Store, 5193 Delhi Pike and DelhiLiquor.com.
What do you wish for? A nice life? Nice things? Or do you wish for something more? A sense of purpose? Do you wish to discover a cure? To write code that cracks an unsolvable question? To further our exploration into space? Or to invent something that changes everything right here on Earth? Well, if that's your wish, make yourself ready. Because when you look back, you'll see that you didn't just make wishes. You realized them.
And we're set to open up the fourth quarter of play. Lewis will hand it off up the middle on the play.
Well, Manchester took the calculated risk of giving us the win in the third quarter with the hope they could kind of hang in there, and obviously we outscored them 21-0. The game's become a blowout. Those are always tough decisions to make when you're losing by 2 touchdowns. What do you do? And we took advantage of it and become a runaway.
And Serena Smith with that carry picked up a couple down to the 43-yard line of Mount. Dropping back is Lewis. Now rolls out to the right. Flag thrown on the play. And Smith is just going to throw the ball away. So he throws the ball away. O'Brien. O'Brien, the quarterback, throws it away. But there is a flag down.
Yeah, I would push him back here. 10 yards, make it 2nd and 18.
Yeah.
Holding. Offense. Number 74. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Remains 2nd down.
14-20 left to go in the ball game.
So it's good to see these guys that get some playing time, because you think about the first 3 were pretty much nail biters. So this is nice to see these back. They work really hard in practice, and they're going to hopefully be starters for us someday. So it's good to see them getting in the game and get some playing time.
O'Brien looking things over. Drops back. O'Brien throws it into the flat, and it is complete near midfield on the play. Caught on the play by Abayagam, the tight end. Justin Abayagam caught that pass.
Jacob Ferguson, really a nice tackle there. 3rd and got about 15.
So 3rd down, 15, right at midfield. And you'd think no matter what, they're in 4-down territory.
Yeah, unless they lose a bunch of yards here. But if they get within under 10, I would think they would go for it.
O'Brien in the backfield with him, and Serena Smith. Dropping back O'Brien. Looks upfield, throws the fade.
Boy, he's open.
The right side. He's got the receiver, Moss, and he dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Moss had it right in his breadbasket. Couldn't come in with it.
Yeah, really nice throw. Really nice throw there.
13:31 remaining. And they'll bring up 4th and 15. And nope, they're not going to go for it. They're going to bring in the punting unit.
Well, the punter probably says, God, I get to punt with the win once. So he's thinking maybe I can get a good one off here.
Matthew Mason. He's from Mount Blanchard, Ohio.
Oh, okay.
Just up the road from Cincy. Riverdale High School. Mason will kick it away.
Oh, it's a fake.
It's a fake, and they run it right up the middle. And it will be taken inside the 50 as it was taken by the upback. He's going to take it down to the 47-yard line. Gain of about 3, but he's still going to be 12 yards shy of a first down. Well, and the Lions get it back.
They must have saw something, because, it's not 4th and 3 or 4. It's 4th and 15. So I was a little surprised that, boy, you must have thought they could really bust it open there, because that's a long shot there. Or maybe just putting something on film for an opponent to think about.
Could be. Well, one thing you know about Nate Jensen, there had to be a reason. No matter what. Boy, the Lions have got 2 receivers out here on the near side, Chuck, and one's uncovered. Dropping back Prather. Looks out to the right side, complete on the play and out of bounds. Near a first down marker. And that catch, can't see the number. It looks like that's Pollard.
Yeah. Nice throw and catch. Now he's hurting a little bit here, maybe walking off.
You notice I carry everything with me: Scotch tape, electrical tape, pens. One thing I don't carry with me: a set of binoculars.
Yeah, we have a good vantage point up here today. I think we can see the numbers pretty good, unless it's way on the far side. Yeah, he kind of limped off there, so hopefully he's okay.
No, it's the yard marker.
Oh, is that what? Okay,
that's who it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the yard marker guy is the one that got crushed. The only reason I'm noticing that is because they're standing there talking to him, and all the other yard marker guys are around him. Let's see if he's okay.
All right, he's hanging in there.
Yep. So while we're thinking about this, second down, call it the length of the football. I'm bringing up this question here after this play. O'Brien, handoff around the right side, and they've got the first down as his forward progress will take him out. That is Garrett Lewis.
I'd like to see Holt today a little bit. We haven't seen him.
Yeah, that's a first down for Manchester. How do you feel about the Tua situation?
Well, I guess we got 12 minutes here to talk about. It seemed to me like last Sunday against Buffalo, there were some issues there, and they're saying there wasn't. And then, boy, he really took a pounding the other night.
Over Prather, throws it out on the right-hand side, incomplete.
Yeah, he had to get rid of it.
Incomplete.
Little surprised we're throwing as much as we are, but I guess it's like, hey, we got to get this guy some work, and at 49-13, you don't really want to run up the score, but hey, he needs work because if something happens to Josh, he's got to be ready.
How about the second half, the way the defense is played?
Yeah, well, again, that was the key with the win, us having the win. We shut it down. There's a run.
Handoff around the right side. Taking it across is Ari Turner.
Yeah, really nice run.
Turner takes it inside the 30, and he'll be stopped right there at the 30-yard line, 13 yards, and a first down.
Yeah, you hit that hole really well, spun out of a tackle, and nice pickup.
First down, 10 yards to go for the Lions.
10 Lions at the Spartan 30-yard line.
Turner's still in the backfield. Lions put receivers out wide on both sides. Prather, the quarterback. Fake handoff, throw over the middle, and it is complete on the play to number 19. That is at the 20-yard line. That's an 11-yard gain and a first down. That's Zane Dine.
Nice throw. Ran a little slant.
Zane Dine with the catch. Normally we do these games with a 2 deep. Now we're going full roster. Prather throws it to Zane Dine in the end zone. Incomplete. Threw it over his head. Just about a yard past him.
Yeah, pretty good coverage. Pretty good coverage there.
Second down, 10 yards to go.
Well, I got a quick second. I'd like to mention, again, our thanks to Rick Espesette and the Manchester staff up here for all their hospitality and making us really have a good broadcast. Thank you, Rick.
Yep, he's been extremely helpful, including helping us bring the equipment up here.
Yeah.
Prather, handoff, goes to Turner.
Nice.
Turner cuts to the left to the 15, to the 10, inside the 10. Puts his head down, and he's down at the 7.
Boy, really nice cut back there. He looks good, too.
He does. 12 yards.
Yeah, offensively, we're not short on weapons, that's for sure.
No. Jonathan Rager is into the ball game now. Rager out of Buchanan, Michigan. 5'10", 195-pound sophomore. The Buckeyes play today?
They play Rutgers, I think. I think it's a 3:30 kickoff, so they're probably underway.
Boy, that has been very, very unpublicized.
Yeah, I don't think it's the game of the week.
No. Prather from the 7. First and goal. Handoff up the middle. Rager. Rager takes it down inside the 5 to the 2, near the 1. And he may be placed inside the 1.
Yeah, he's real close.
Yep. Gain of about 6 on the carry. Second down goal to go. Boy, Nate Jensen for Manchester here on the near sideline. Just beside himself. He'd like to see his team finish this game out strong. But the Lions are just cut through them. Handoff now goes to Turner. Turner skipped a step, went to the right, and is stopped.
Hey, bottled that one up.
About the 1 yard line.
Yeah, we've pretty much been able to do whatever we've wanted today, for the most part on offense. But defensively, their offensive first half, they moved the ball, did some good things.
Interesting, Mariano McKenzie comes back into the ball game.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Maybe they want to get him into the end zone here today.
Yeah.
Prather with McKenzie to his right for second and goal. Fake handoff. Prather rolls out to the right. He's got his tight end. That's Cooper Jones, and Cooper Jones gets the ball over the plane of the end zone for the score.
Right. Nice job by Cooper there.
And a flag is thrown.
So,
and I think that's going to be on the Lions.
Probably some type of celebration or something. I think Josh Taylor ran all the way down there, and I don't know. I don't want to. We'll see what the call is.
Result of the play, touchdown. After the play, sideline warning. Offense.
Okay.
Just a warning.
Yep, just a warning.
So Farvsing will come in. It's now 55-13. Lions with their biggest point total of the year and their biggest margin of victory. Farvsing to the left of us. Ball's down, kick up, and the kick is no good. Boy, it sounded like a whistle down there, Chuck, but I guess not.
Boy, it looked like a good kick. I'm going to watch this on the replay.
Sure did too. 9:32 left to go in this ball game. Your score now, it's Mount 55, Manchester 13 on the Mount St. Joseph Radio Network.
Thank you, NYPD Pizza, for your support of Mount St. Joseph University football on Z98. NYPD Pizza, 5329 Foley Road, and NYPDpizza.com.
Thank you, Cincinnati Open Box Outlet, for your support of Mount St. Joseph University football on Z98. Cincinnati Open Box Outlet, 6252 Glenway Avenue, openboxoutlet.com. Thank you, Delhi Liquor Store, for your support of Mount St. Joseph University football on Z98. Delhi Liquor Store, 5193 Delhi Pike and DelhiLiquor.com.
Well, after further review, Chuck says he doesn't know.
Yeah, I think he just missed it.
9:32 left to go in the ball game. Lions leading at 55-13. Will be home next Saturday for Defiance. And that is Payback Saturday.
Yep. It'll be nice to get back into friendly confines.
Farvsing will kick it off low, squib kick right up the middle. That'll be dropped on by one of the upbacks at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, we'll take that. If he kicks it in the end zone, we would have only gained 2 yards. So
looked like David Smith jumped on that one. And are they giving him at the 28?
It will be Spartans ball.
I think they are.
They're getting Chuck. Come on.
Well, 27 and a half. Well, it is the 28. Yeah.
Chuck, come on. I mean.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. He was more close. He was closer to the 26 than he was the 28.
I'm going to watch this again.
All right, you go ahead and you do that.
Yeah, it's clearly the 27.
Oh boy.
Oh well.
9:31 left to go. Lions press defense. Dropping back O'Brien. O'Brien's going to throw it down the middle of the field, and it's going to be incomplete.
Nice break up there.
Tried to get it to Cam Hall, and
Cam Hall with a really nice break up there.
Yep.
Really nice break up.
Boy, a lot of defensive substitutions. I think the Lions only brought 70 kids.
It's 65 or somewhere 65? In that vicinity. So pretty much everybody's going to get in the game today.
That's
probably
right.
The one person I hope doesn't get in is the punter. He has not been in the game yet today, and let's keep it that way.
Boy, that's weird coming from a father. My son didn't get to play today.
And I'd be happy about that. No punting. That's.
Yep, it's one of those positions where dropping back O'Brien. O'Brien's going to throw it up the left side, and it is going to be intercepted but out of bounds.
Yeah.
Yep, stepping out of bounds after intercepting that ball for the Lions was Josh Martin. Nate Austin from Englewood, Tennessee.
They were going to throw a little swing pass, and that was covered, so he had to go to his secondary receivers. Nobody's really open. Kind of threw it up the sideline, hoping for a miracle catch, and so 3rd and long.
O'Brien, again, the Lions in press defense. Dropping back, O'Brien looks out into the flat, and it is incomplete. Tried to go to the running back out on the left-hand side. Looked like Malin Collins, but couldn't get it to him. And that may have been Jalen Love. Let's see who that is coming off the side. It is Love, excuse me. So it'll be 4th down, and coming in to punt the ball away will be Manchester. Mason will punt it away. Mason gets it away. It's a short sidewind kick. Hits in Mount territory. Takes a Mount bounce, and it would be down at the 40-yard line.
So the Lions take over. 9:14 to go in the game. Ahead 55-13. Tyler Prather remains at quarterback for the Lions. I think I can safely say that the Lions will move to 4-0 on the season, 1-0 in the conference. So good way to start things off. Offensively, we've been really, really good today. And defensively, the second half, we've been really good. So good signs for the Lions going ahead as they look forward to next week's home game against Defiance.
9:14 left to go in this ball game, and Prather will hand it off around the left-hand side. Taking the handoff and running it out is Evan Krim. Krim takes it out across the 40 to the 42.
Number 32, Evan Krim on the
carry. Pick up about 1.
By number 90, David Dent. And number 21.
Okay, 21's down for Manchester. He's getting up okay.
Gain of 1 on the play brings up 2nd down 9.
So a gain of 1. 8:54 left to go. And running. 55-13 your score. Lions have really taken control of this game in the second half.
Yeah, they came out and they meant business. Went down 2 quick scores and pretty much put the game away.
Dropping back is Prather, throws it out into the flat, complete to Cam York. Broke a tackle and gets it out to midfield. Fumbled on the play. And Manchester, I think, has recovered the football. Boy, he looked down, Chuck.
Well, yeah, and I thought maybe there was some helmet to helmet.
Yeah.
Here. We'll watch the replay to see what happened here. Well, now we are experiencing technical difficulties, so.
We all are.
Yeah.
Fumbled and recovered by the Spartans.
Not sure what happened here, but.
Yeah, well, we're not going to see the replay, but the bottom line is they recovered the fumble. Another nice play, pass by Tyler Prather.
For some reason, for whatever reason, I think we are all off the internet. But I don't know for sure that is the case, so we'll continue to broadcast. 8:21 left to go. Dropping back, O'Brien. He's going to throw it deep into the end zone, and it is incomplete to Moss. Threw it short.
Yeah, underthrew him just a little bit. Would have been a good catch. He could have came down, but would have been a really good catch. But that's kind of been, they've had a few just misses in the passing game on the deep balls today.
And now it'll be 2nd down, 10 yards to go. For Manchester. And the handoff goes right up the middle and stopped at about the 40-yard line is the running back.
Number 25, Cameron Hovey on the carry, brought down by number 30, Lucas Lester. Brings
about 3rd and 6 or so. 7, they're calling it.
And it will be 3rd down and 7.
I imagine this is 4-down territory for them.
Dropping back and thrown over the middle. It's complete to Moss. Moss is going to be stopped up right at the 34-yard line.
A little short.
Well, it's complete to number 4, Dorian Moss Jr. It's brought down by number 18, Nate Austin.
Let's see if we can get a stop here. 4th and 2.
And 2 for the Spartans.
They like that little bubble screen.
Yes, they do.